Is it really a tragedy to be labeled as a loser? This question might change your perspective on life. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus, known for his profound wisdom, once remarked on the nature of true value in life. He challenged the conventional markers of success, wealth, fame, and societal approval, as fleeting and superficial. Instead, Epictetus championed the pursuit of inner virtues, values that remain unshaken regardless of external circumstances or the fickle opinions of others. He pointed out a paradox in our relentless chase for achievement and recognition. In this pursuit, we often miss out on something much more profound, a state of inner peace and contentment, untainted by external unpredictability. Our fear of being perceived as losers leads us down a path of unnecessary suffering, all for the sake of others' approval. It's a tragic irony, as Epictetus observed, that by placing our bets on external achievements, we become slaves to them, sacrificing our own happiness and freedom. He urged us to embrace what he termed lesser things, and to be prepared, if necessary, to be seen as losers by societal standards. If that's the cost of true freedom and happiness, Epictetus argued, it's a price well worth paying. In this video, we're not promoting self-neglect or harm. On the contrary, we're delving into the Stoic perspective, particularly that of Epictetus. We'll explore his philosophy on what really matters in life, redefining the concept of being a loser, and understanding why being perceived as one might not be as negative as it seems. What is a loser? A loser, and a term that's often misunderstood and misapplied. According to Merriam-Webster, a loser is a person who is incompetent or unable to succeed. But let's think about that for a moment. What really defines competence and success? These are subjective terms varying from person to person. For some, running a small hair salon is a pinnacle of success, while for others, success is as grand as colonizing another planet. The truth is, our definitions of competence and success are shaped by the ever-changing tides of culture, society, and personal beliefs. Now let's place this idea of being a loser in the context of our modern consumerist and capitalist societies. Here the term is often tied to the pursuit of external achievements, particularly wealth and fame. People have created a standard checklist for a successful life, a lucrative job, an attractive partner, the ideal family, and perhaps a house with a white picket fence. For some, it extends to having a massive social media following and a vibrant social circle, symbols of popularity and desirability. But what happens if you don't tick these boxes? Society might label you a loser. But here's a thought to ponder inspired by the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Epictetus, a great Stoic thinker, once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." In the context of our discussion, this could mean listening to our inner values and understanding, twice as much as we adhere to societal expectations. It's about redefining success on our own terms, not as a universal checklist, but as a personal journey. Remember, being a loser in the eyes of society might just mean you're courageously marching to the beat of your own drum, embracing your unique path in life. So, let's challenge these labels and redefine what it means to be successful, competent, and ultimately fulfilled. Offer 2. Focus on what is within control. In the pursuit of what's generally desired, many find themselves labeled as failures, unable to grasp the elusive success that society dangles before them. This notion of failure is a double-edged sword, not only signifying a lack of achievement in the ease of others, but also subjecting one to ridicule. Yet, we must pause and ponder, is the attainment of these societal benchmarks truly what we should aspire to? And is the scorn for not achieving them genuinely meritorious of our concern? This is where the wisdom of Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, becomes particularly enlightening. Epictetus challenges us to question our desires. Why do we yearn for material wealth, social media fame, or other external validations? These things, appealing as they may seem, promise happiness, a promise that is often fleeting. We envision a life where admiration and luxury are abundant, where our social media profiles are flooded with likes and comments symbolizing our worth and success. Yet, this perceived happiness is transient. Even if we attain such a life, the novelty soon wears off, returning us to our original state of contentment, but now with a higher cost of maintenance. Epictetus regarded these external possessions as trivial, viewing them as weak, enslaving, and crucially, outside our realm of control. Consider the words of another Stoic philosopher, Seneca. "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This quote aptly encapsulates the essence of Epictetus's teachings. Our pursuit of external validation and fear of ridicule are often magnified in our minds, causing unnecessary distress. In modern life, where the pressure to conform to societal standards of success is immense, Epictetus's philosophy offers a refreshing counter-narrative. It encourages us to focus on what is within our control, our actions, our responses, and our values. By doing so, we can find true contentment and resilience, unswayed by external judgments or fleeting pleasures. This Stoic approach is not about embracing defeat, but about redefining what it means to be successful on our own terms, grounded in virtue and inner strength. It's a reminder that sometimes, being a loser in the eyes of the world can be a victory in the journey of self-mastery and inner peace. 3. The cost of pursuing external goals. In chasing things like wealth and fame, we pursue the unreliable, as we chase what can be taken away in a heartbeat. That's what chasing these fleeting desires is like. And the price? It's steep. People often pay it, sacrificing so much in the process. Take, for instance, someone aiming to triumph at the Olympic Games, a goal that still commands immense respect today. But let's pause and think about the sacrifices involved. Epictetus paints a vivid picture. You must conform to rules, submit to a diet, refrain from dainties, exercise your body, whether you choose it or not, at a stated hour, in heat and cold. You must drink no cold water, nor sometimes even wine. In a word, you must give yourself up to your master as to a physician. Imagine that, giving up your freedom, your choices, all for a fleeting moment of glory. And even then, in the heat of competition, you might find yourself face down in the dirt, injured, defeated, and all your efforts gone in vain. So, we must ask ourselves, is it truly worth it? Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, questions the wisdom of enduring such hardships for mere a clacking of tongues, the fickle praise of the public. Epictetus warns us, these things are not consistent. The adulation we seek can turn into scorn in a heartbeat. As Seneca once said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This is a call to reflect on our pursuits and question whether the sacrifices we make for external validation are truly in line with a life of meaning and inner peace. Remember, the most valuable victories are often those won within ourselves. Therefore, inner qualities versus external achievements. In the profound teachings of Epictetus, we find a striking emphasis on the value of inner qualities over external achievements. He teaches us that the pursuit of contentment, joy, right action, tranquility, and the power of restraint is far more worthy than chasing external validations. This distinction is crucial in understanding the Stoic philosophy. Epictetus urges us to recognize the difference between the essence of things and the perceptions we form in our minds. Take, for instance, his perspective on familial relationships. He points out that while we may view our loved ones as unique and irreplaceable, at their core, they are human beings, just like everyone else. It's our perception that elevates them in our eyes, not their inherent qualities. This insight extends to all external pursuits. What makes an object desirable? Is it the object itself, or is it our perception of it? Often we are like sheep, desiring what others desire and shunning what they disregard, including the notion of being a loser. Epictetus's wisdom resonates deeply in our modern lives, where external achievements often overshadow inner growth. In a world that celebrates winners and shuns losers, Epictetus offers a refreshing perspective. He reminds us that being a loser, in the eyes of society, if it means staying true to our inner values, is not a defeat but a victory of character. As Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, said, The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice. This quote aligns perfectly with Epictetus's teachings, encouraging us to find strength in our values rather than societal validation. In essence, Epictetus's philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can control: our reactions, our values, and our actions. By doing so, we can navigate life with a serene mind and a resilient spirit, embodying the true essence of Stoicism. This approach is not just philosophical but practical, offering guidance in our daily lives. It encourages us to reevaluate our priorities, focus on personal growth, and embrace the freedom that comes from detaching ourselves from external validations. 5. Perception versus reality. Imagine this: society often chases after certain ideals: wealth, popularity, success. But is it always right to follow the crowd? Epictetus challenges us to consider happiness and freedom as our ultimate goals, even if it means going against the grain. Picture yourself living a simple life, meeting just your basic needs, without the frills of an exciting social life, a romantic partner, a bustling social media presence, or a high-profile job. In such a scenario, you might be labeled a loser by societal standards, but ask yourself, is being a loser really a misfortune? Or is it just a label imposed by others? This fear of being seen as less is often an ego-driven narrative we tell ourselves. Epictetus, with his razor-sharp logic, cuts through this illusion. He says, and I quote, "These reasonings are unconnected. I am richer than you, therefore I am better. I am more eloquent than you, therefore I am better. The connection is rather this: I am richer than you, therefore my property is greater than yours. I am more eloquent than you, therefore my style is better than yours. But you, after all, are neither property nor style." End quote. What he's getting at is that our external circumstances don't define our true worth or inner well-being. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." He tells us about a man who, fearing poverty, gives up his wealth voluntarily to experience it firsthand. This man discovers that the reality of poverty wasn't as terrible as his fear of it. This story aligns perfectly with Epictetus's teachings, showing us that our fears and societal labels often hold less power than we think. In conclusion, don't let society's labels and perceptions dictate your path. Focus on what truly matters: your inner happiness and freedom. Remember, it's not the external accolades that define you, but your inner resilience and peace. So, embrace your journey, even if it means being a loser in the eyes of the world, because in the realm of Stoicism, that might just be your biggest win. 6. The freedom in being a loser. Often we place immense value on external validation, such as public praise, reputation, and the opinions of others. However, these are fleeting, unreliable, and frankly not within our control. Epictetus, a sage of Stoicism, teaches us to view these societal measures for what they truly are: mere opinions, often based on delusion and false appearances. Imagine if we started seeing these external validations as they are, not as absolute truths, but as changeable and unreliable opinions. This shift in perspective can free us from the chains of societal expectations. It's not the state of being a loser that impacts our happiness and freedom. Rather, it's our relentless pursuit to avoid this label that does. Remember, as Epictetus profoundly said, "Let death and exile, and all other things which appear terrible, be daily before your eyes, but death chiefly, and you will never entertain any abject thought, nor too eagerly covet anything." This powerful quote reminds us of the impermanence of life and the futility of clinging to external validations. In life, every path comes with its own price. The critical question we must ask ourselves is, what price are we willing to pay? Are we ready to sacrifice our inner peace and freedom just to avoid being seen as less by others? Epictetus presents us with a stark choice: to live as a philosopher in tune with the wisdom of Stoicism, or to be one of the vulgar, swayed by every wind of societal opinion. As you listen, ponder this choice. reflect on the freedom that comes with being indifferent to societal judgments, and the peace that follows when we align our lives with the enduring wisdom of Stoicism. Remember, in the grand tapestry of life, being a loser in the eyes of society might just be the winning ticket to personal freedom and happiness. Verse 7. The price of philosophical living. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher who posits that true fulfillment lies not in external accolades, but in the serenity of one's inner world. Epictetus boldly declares that the pursuit of what society deems valuable, wealth, status, and external pleasures, often comes at the expense of our most precious assets: freedom, health, and inner peace. This societal rat race, epitomized by the relentless effort to keep up with the Joneses, is contrasted with the life of a philosopher. The philosopher, in Epictetus's view, willingly embraces a life that may appear simplistic and devoid of external pleasures, a lifestyle that might be perceived by many as that of a loser. Yet this apparent loss is in fact a profound gain in the Stoic sense. As Epictetus asserts, if you want to improve, reject such reasonings as these. If I neglect my affairs, I'll have no income. If I don't correct my servant, he will be bad. For it is better to die with hunger, exempt from grief and fear, than to live in affluence with perturbation, and it is better your servant should be bad than you unhappy. This philosophy extends to the concept of being unconquerable. To achieve this state, one must be prepared to lose everything, recognizing that any external attachment can control our mental state. This path is undoubtedly challenging, filled with obstacles, minimal external rewards, and often accompanied by derision and minimal recognition. Epictetus encapsulates this journey, stating, "You'll have to forego your ease, work hard, leave people behind, be despised by menials, be laughed at, and get crumbs at best when it comes to recognition and position in all affairs." In modern life, where the pursuit of material success and societal validation is often paramount, this Stoic perspective offers a radical yet liberating alternative. It invites us to weigh the costs and benefits, the price of philosophical living versus the price of societal conformity. Epictetus's teachings challenge us to consider whether we are willing to pay the price for true peace, freedom, and tranquility. If not, he advises, we should steer clear of the philosophical path. This Stoic wisdom resonates deeply in our contemporary world, serving as a reminder that sometimes being a loser in the eyes of society might just be the key to winning in the realm of personal fulfillment and inner peace. 8. The irony of being a loser. Others mock you, perhaps even scorn you. On the surface, it's a grim picture, isn't it? Being seen as a loser seems like a position of weakness, a cause for pity. But let's flip the script and consider the unexpected perks of this label. When you're deemed a loser, you're not bound by the expectations and rules of others. You save the energy that you would have otherwise poured into chasing what Epictetus termed lesser things, just to be deemed adequate by society. In essence, the so-called loser gains by not paying the price of conforming. Ironically, this can be a winning strategy. Epictetus, a sage of Stoicism, teaches us a vital lesson here. He urges us to discern what truly matters and to steadfastly commit to it, undistracted by the allure of praise, wealth, power, or social status. He famously said, "Don't wish to be a general, or a senator, or a consul, but to be free. And the only way to this is a contempt of things not in our own control." This wisdom echoes through the ages, reminding us that true freedom lies in focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. Consider Seneca, who faced immense pressure and peril in the court of Nero. Despite his precarious position, Seneca remained true to his Stoic principles, focusing on his own moral integrity rather than the whims of a tyrant. His story teaches us that even in the face of adversity, maintaining our values and inner freedom is paramount. So, dear listener, as we wrap up this segment, remember this: being seen as a loser in the eyes of the world can be your hidden strength. It's an opportunity to break free from societal chains and focus on what truly matters, your own values and integrity. Embrace this perspective, and you might just find that in the grand scheme of things, you are winning at the game of life. Truth be told, almost everyone always hopes and wants to be the winner. The taste of defeat, to be honest, is not at all pleasant. From a young age, many children, sometimes unintentionally, sometimes deliberately, are taught by adults about competition. Going to school also becomes a competition. Everyone wants their child to be better than others. The rivalry is endless. For many people, every day is a battle. There are plenty of books teaching how to be a winner, but who teaches us how to be a loser? No, nobody teaches us how to be a loser. It's as if losing is a default program for those who fall behind in competitions, and it is something no one can bear. But what remains of sibling affection if brothers and sisters compete against each other? What warmth is left in a marriage if spouses are in constant competition? What remains of friendship if friends are always competing, leading to loneliness and estrangement? Even competing with oneself, comparing who you were yesterday with who you are today, can lead to a tomorrow filled with nothing but anxiety and low self-esteem. Why does no one teach us how to be a loser with our siblings, with our spouse, with our friends, and even with ourselves? Is it shameful to lose to them? Learning to be a loser is a way to learn serenity and contentment. It requires a lot of tolerance, to let go of the desire to always win, to be more sincere. Surely some would say, if life has no struggles, how can we improve? Struggle is also a way to survive. Without struggle, one would forever be left behind. That's true. So we keep struggling, keep competing. Competition becomes a way of life. In every struggle, there are leaders and followers, winners and losers, first and second places. Until when? Who will always win without ever losing? That's why we must learn to be a loser before learning how to win. Learning to be a loser starts with one's own family, spouse, friends, and oneself. Then learning to accept defeat in life's competitions. I believe those who haven't learned how to lose and accept defeat will never truly understand victory nor the meaning of winning. Learning to be a loser is to understand tolerance, the significance of others in our hearts. Accepting defeat from family members is the victory of family values. Accepting defeat from a spouse is the victory of a marriage. Accepting defeat from friends is the victory of friendship. Often, victory and defeat are not determined in a single battle. Sometimes it takes an entire war to determine who is superior. So, don't let your ego become a barrier. Don't let pride blind you. Just go with the flow of your heart, and with a clear destination, you will never lose your way. 7 essential life rules that very few people fully understand. These rules, though harsh, will undoubtedly serve as a compass, guiding you to success in both your career and life. Each person lives by different rules. However, fundamentally, the most talented and successful people always have common foundational principles for their actions. However, most of us often feel uncomfortable with these rules and seldom choose to learn or understand them. Instead, we opt to repeat the same actions every day, yet we still always hope to make a difference. This is truly an unrealistic expectation, because if you want to create something special, to achieve what no one else has, you need to be bold and dare to do new things that no one else does. The first step is to fully understand the following 7 simple yet precise rules. 1. Life is a race, but there is no specific definition of victory. This may sound unbelievable, but it's true. We are all players trying to find our own way and win the complex game of life. We are also competing for similar goals like money, status, recognition, or the best outcome. People dress up to impress the ones they love, go to interviews to land the job they desire. Real competition exists in this life, and if you don't acknowledge it, you will only be a loser. Everything we need lies within the realm of competition, and the best things will go to those who are truly willing to fight for them, says Oliver Emberton, founder of Silk Tide, who is also a writer, pianist, programmer, and artist. In fact, the biggest opponent you should compete against is yourself, which helps you become a better version of yourself. This is also the healthiest competition, where you can win without anyone losing. Therefore, Set limits for yourself, then focus your competitive energy to achieve your own standards and expectations. And always remember that you must be proactive and steer your own path to success. Number 2. People judge and reward you based on results, not the process. A harsh truth of life is that what you think is less important than what you do. People don't criticize you for your thoughts, but they judge you based on your actions and the risks you dare to face. You write a book but don't publish it, no one cares. But when you release it, many want to know your story. Cancer researchers are less admired and celebrated than supermodels. A salesperson is judged based on their customer numbers. If you freelance, your income depends on the number of clients you have, and if you do online business, you need as many views as possible. Reading this, do you find it true? Just pay a little attention, and you can find countless similar examples, and then you will realize that life is indeed a game of numbers like that. Most people will judge you based on the outcome, not caring much about how hard you tried or struggled. Number 3. Winners possess a variety of skills. Life is about continuously acquiring and accumulating skills. Many skills you learn today may not be necessary tomorrow, but they will surely be useful in the future. Moreover, what helped you reach your current position might not take you to the next level you desire. Therefore, instead of mastering just one skill, you should grasp various skills. Be willing to learn new skills that seem unrelated, then combine them to enhance your capabilities and personal value. Tim Herrera of the New York Times shares, "The core idea here is, instead of focusing your effort on becoming the best at a specific skill, you should strive to master multiple related skills that can be combined to form a larger skill set. This is what will make you exceptional in work and life." Number 4. Life is a long game, and your choices and decisions determine how far you go. We all typically leave this world after about 29,000 days or 80 years. And your daily choices determine your ultimate destination, whether it's happiness, health, fulfillment, or misery and poverty. If you apply the right rules at each stage of life, you might go a bit further. That's why your life strategy is so important. Number 5. Your happiness depends on you. The truth is that your happiness largely depends on your attitude rather than external things or circumstances. External things can help you live better, but they are certainly not the means to reach the destination of happiness. Therefore, if you expect others to make you happy, you will only end up disappointed. Instead of seeking joy from a person, an event, or an external factor, you should consider relationships or work as tools to create joy for yourself. At the same time, focus on ways you can spread joy to others. Number 6. If you are waiting for others to help you enjoy life, you are on the wrong path. Just sitting and hoping will not bring a fulfilling life to you. Therefore, do not wait for anyone or anything else, but try to find and enjoy the small and simple joys you discover. These seemingly simple and small things are often the most extraordinary, and sometimes they help you manage life more easily. The way you use your time each day is also the way you live your life. The habit of finding joy in small things can change your life, and that is the true joy. 7. Life is not a sprint or a marathon, it is a maze that requires reason and perseverance to escape from. You should not treat life as a sprint, nor think that you can put all your effort at one point in time and then quickly reach the final goal. Because in reality, life does not have any signs or directions, and there are no straight paths to the goal. Life is simply a maze of uncertain choices, challenges, and problems. This maze is influenced by many external factors, both good and bad. Once we step into this maze of life, no matter who we are, we will surely get lost and be hindered at times. However, whether we know when to stop and reconsider, then find the right path or not, will differentiate the winners from the losers. You know, we only have 2 ways to improve our lives. 1 is to move forward when possible, and 2 is to pause to reconsider our decisions and try a new direction. The biggest mistake many people make is staying in one place for too long. They encounter obstacles but choose to give up, even to the point of suicide, instead of thinking carefully about everything. They do not realize that there is always light at the end of the tunnel to get us out of trouble. It's just that we haven't found it or refused to look for it. As we come to the end of this insightful journey through the philosophy of Epictetus and the concept of embracing the role of a loser, it's important to reflect on the profound lessons we've explored. We've delved into the Stoic perspective, challenging societal norms and redefining what it means to succeed and fail in life. We've learned that true victory often lies in what the world may perceive as defeat, and that inner peace and contentment are far more valuable than external accolades and approval. Now I invite you, our valued viewers, to pause and ponder these teachings. Ask yourself, what does success truly mean to you? Are you willing to embrace the freedom that comes from stepping away from societal expectations and focusing on your inner values and virtues? Remember, it's not about winning or losing in the eyes of the world, but about finding your own path to happiness and fulfillment. If you found value in this video, if it has sparked a new perspective or inspired you to think differently, I encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue to bring you thought-provoking content. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming videos, where we'll continue to explore life-changing philosophies and ideas. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Remember, in the grand scheme of life, being a loser in the eyes of society might just be your greatest victory. Embrace your path, stay true to your values, and let's continue to grow and learn together. Until next time, keep pondering, keep questioning, and keep striving for a life of meaning and fulfillment. Mark Twain once said, "The worst loneliness is to not be comfortable with yourself." This profound statement echoes the essence of our today's journey, exploring the art of self-confidence. Self-confidence is not just an emotion, it's a sophisticated philosophy, a cornerstone in the architecture of our lives. It's a stark reality that the scale of our achievements is directly proportional to the level of confidence we harbor within ourselves. The absence of self-confidence is often the silent thief, stealthily robbing us of our dreams and potential. How often have we seen raw talent, poised to soar and achieve the extraordinary, only to be chained down by the crippling weights of fear and doubt? In today's episode on Stoic in Your Life, we confront this unseen adversary head-on as we delve into the secrets of bolstering our inner strength. Thank you for choosing to watch this video. It's the first step in your transformative journey towards a more confident and stoic life. If you're new to our channel, I encourage you to like this video and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more insights on personal growth and stoicism. So, cultivate humility. Cultivating humility, as Epictetus wisely counseled, is not about diminishing oneself, but about embracing a realistic view of our capabilities and place in the world. This concept is crucial for men aged 30 to 65, who are often at a pivotal stage in life, balancing career, personal development, and relationships. The journey towards boosting self-confidence is not about inflating one's ego, but about nurturing a grounded sense of self-worth and capability. In the quest for self-assurance, it's easy to veer towards arrogance, mistaking it for confidence. However, true confidence is rooted in humility. It's about understanding and accepting our limitations while appreciating the strengths and wisdom of others. This balance is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to strength and maturity. It reflects a deep understanding that, despite our achievements and knowledge, there is always more to learn and room for growth. This perspective aligns perfectly with the Stoic philosophy, where humility is seen as a virtue, a means to personal growth, and better relationships with others. Consider the words of another Stoic philosopher, Marcus Aurelius, who said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." This quote underscores the importance of humility in overcoming challenges and insecurities. Instead of responding to negativity or doubt with arrogance, we should strive to be better, to learn from our experiences and those of others. This approach not only fosters self-confidence, but also earns respect and admiration from those around us. In modern life, where the emphasis often lies on outward appearances and material success, Cultivating humility can be challenging. It requires a conscious effort to listen more, speak less, and value the opinions and experiences of others. It's about recognizing that being right isn't always the most important thing, and that sharing credit for our achievements can be more fulfilling than claiming it all for ourselves. Every person we meet has a unique story and insights we can learn from. By embracing humility, we open ourselves up to these lessons, becoming more adaptable, receptive, and ultimately, more self-assured. Humility, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, is often misunderstood as a sign of weakness or lack of confidence. However, in its truest form, humility is a powerful tool for personal growth and self-improvement. It's about recognizing our own limitations and the value of others' contributions, fostering a sense of respect and appreciation for the diversity of human achievements. This perspective is beautifully encapsulated in the quote, "Cultivate humility. It is the Stoic path to authentic and profound self-confidence." One of the key aspects of humility is the ability to acknowledge that we don't always have all the answers. This admission is not a sign of weakness, but rather a demonstration of strength. It opens us up to the wisdom and experiences of others, allowing us to learn and grow in ways we couldn't on our own. This collaborative approach not only strengthens our relationships, but also enhances our own capabilities, leading to a more well-rounded and confident self. Personal reflection is another critical element of humility. It involves looking inward, recognizing our mistakes, and committing to improvement. This process of honest self-evaluation is essential for developing genuine self-confidence that is rooted in a realistic understanding of our strengths and weaknesses. It's about knowing who we are, what we can do, and where we need help or improvement. Gratitude plays a significant role in humility as well. Being thankful for what we have, the people in our lives, and the opportunities we encounter helps maintain a balanced perspective. It keeps us grounded in what truly matters, fostering a sense of connection and belonging. This gratitude not only enriches our own lives but also enhances our interactions with others, creating a more understanding and respectful community. To illustrate the power of humility, let's consider the story of a renowned musician who, despite his fame, regularly sought feedback from his peers and audience. He understood that every critique was an opportunity to grow, and this mindset not only made him a better musician, but also a more approachable and admired figure. His humility in recognizing the value of others' opinions and experiences was a testament to his strength and self-confidence. In conclusion, humility is not about diminishing oneself. It's about understanding and embracing our place in the larger tapestry of life. It teaches us to value ourselves without overestimating our abilities, to learn continuously from others, and to interact with the world in a respectful and genuine manner. By cultivating humility, we not only enrich ourselves, but also contribute to a more understanding, respectful, and connected world. The lesson here is clear. Embrace humility, not just as a virtue, but as a pathway to a more confident, grounded, and fulfilling life. The power of focus. In the journey of self-improvement, particularly for men aged between 30 and 65, understanding the essence of concentrated effort is pivotal. This concept, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, revolves around the power of focus. It's about channeling your energy into what truly matters, thereby creating a life shaped by your thoughts and actions. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, "Our life is what our thoughts make of it." This profound insight lays the foundation for our exploration into boosting self-confidence. Focusing on what truly matters is an art that requires practice and discipline. In today's world, where distractions are rampant, maintaining this focus is a formidable challenge. Here, the Stoic practice of selective attention becomes a vital tool. By training your mind to filter out the unnecessary, you hone your ability to concentrate on your genuine goals and aspirations. This process of mental discipline is not just about ignoring the irrelevant, but about strengthening your resolve to pursue what aligns with your core values. To effectively avoid distractions, begin by pinpointing their sources in your life. These could range from social media's constant buzz to the ingrained desire to please others or unnecessary worries. Recognizing these distractions is the first step. The next is to actively minimize their influence. This might involve setting clear boundaries like designated technology-free times, or learning the art of saying no to commitments that diverge from your personal values. Moreover, enhancing your focus can be achieved through specific exercises. Meditation, for instance, is a powerful technique for training the mind to stay anchored in the present moment. Another beneficial practice is to set clear intentions each day. Ask yourself, what is the most crucial task I need to accomplish today? By maintaining this focus, every action becomes more purposeful, and in turn, this fortifies your self-confidence as you navigate life on your terms. It's important to recognize that focus is not merely a skill, it's a lifestyle choice. By zeroing in on what truly matters and shedding the unnecessary, you not only boost your productivity, but also cultivate a sense of inner peace. This tranquility is a cornerstone of self-confidence. The Stoic view of focus is not just about achieving external goals. It's about nurturing an internal state of calm and resilience. As you reach this point in our discussion, I commend your commitment to personal growth and encourage you to share your thoughts. Your feedback is invaluable. If you're unsure what to comment, simply write "mind over body" to signify your engagement with these ideas. And remember, subscribing to this channel will connect you with more enriching content like this. In conclusion, embracing the Stoic philosophy of focus is a transformative step towards self-confidence. It's about understanding that our lives are shaped by where we direct our attention. By practicing and mastering the art of focus, you not only enhance your productivity, but also cultivate a deeper sense of self-assurance and peace. This journey of focusing on what truly matters while letting go of the rest is not just a path to achieving goals. It's a way of living that harmonizes with the modern world and its challenges. In doing so, you'll find that your confidence naturally grows, rooted in the clarity and purpose of your actions. Remember, as you navigate this path, the power of your thoughts and focus can indeed shape the quality of your life, echoing the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. Know yourself. In the quest for self-confidence, the first and most fundamental step is to embark on a journey of self-discovery. This journey is not just about superficial self-analysis. It's a deep dive into the core of who you are. The Stoics, particularly Epictetus, emphasize the importance of self-examination. He believed that true self-confidence is rooted in understanding your deepest motivations and fears. It's not merely about what you can do, but about grasping the essence of your true self. Reflecting on self-awareness, we realize it's not sufficient to just acknowledge our strengths and weaknesses. We must delve deeper, understanding how these traits are intertwined with our values and principles. This is the crux of Stoic wisdom. To know yourself is to comprehend the harmony between your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Such alignment forms the bedrock of unwavering self-confidence. But how do we translate this into our modern lives? The key lies in scrutinizing our automatic responses to life's challenges. When confronted with a difficult situation, pause and ask yourself, are my actions driven by impulse, or are they the result of a clear understanding of my principles? Building self-confidence is a process that unfolds in these everyday decisions. It's about choosing to act not from a place of fear or pride, but from a foundation of self-awareness and authenticity. In your daily routine, practice pausing before reacting. Question whether your actions reflect your true self and your values. Each conscious decision not only bolsters your self-confidence, but also fortifies your personal integrity. Remember, the journey to self-confidence starts with a simple yet profound act: knowing yourself. This endeavor demands time, patience, and, most importantly, honesty. As you embark on this path, you'll face uncomfortable truths, but also uncover strengths and abilities you might not have realized you had. Part of this journey involves embracing the fact that you won't always have all the answers, and that vulnerability is okay. Learning to be at ease with uncertainty and your own limitations is essential for personal growth. This acceptance frees you to explore new avenues and experience life in ways that can profoundly alter your perception of yourself and the world. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This timeless advice resonates deeply with our modern lives, reminding us that the pursuit of self-knowledge and confidence is an ongoing process. It's about continuously adapting and growing in response to life's ever-changing circumstances. By embracing this journey of self-discovery, you not only develop a robust sense of self-confidence, but also gain the wisdom to navigate the complexities of modern life with grace and resilience. Understanding oneself is a journey that begins with recognizing the immense power of our thoughts and beliefs. The way we interpret our experiences, the internal conversations we have, and the beliefs we hold about our abilities shape our confidence. By nurturing a positive inner dialogue and confronting limiting beliefs, we can transform our internal narrative and, consequently, our self-perception. Self-awareness extends to embracing and valuing our emotions. Emotions are not just feelings, they are profound indicators of our deepest values and fears. When we pay attention to our emotions and comprehend their origins, we unlock insights into our motivations and desires. This journey towards self-awareness culminates in authenticity, living in harmony with our values and being true to ourselves in every situation. This authenticity might challenge us, especially when societal expectations or the pressure to conform arise. Yet, it is through this authenticity that we bolster our self-confidence and forge more sincere and meaningful connections. Let's consider the story of Michael, a young man who struggled with self-doubt. Michael always felt overshadowed by his peers, believing he wasn't smart or capable enough. This belief stemmed from a childhood experience where he was ridiculed for a mistake in a school play. As Michael grew older, he realized that this single event had profoundly impacted his self-confidence. He began to challenge this limiting belief by recognizing his achievements and strengths. Slowly, Michael's self-perception changed, and he started to see himself in a new light. This shift in mindset was not overnight, but a gradual process of self-discovery and affirmation. Similarly, Sarah, a talented artist, often found herself swayed by the opinions of others, altering her art to fit popular trends. However, she felt unfulfilled and inauthentic. When Sarah decided to embrace her unique style and create art that resonated with her values, not only did her self-confidence soar, but her art gained more recognition for its authenticity. In conclusion, self-awareness is an essential foundation for building unwavering self-confidence. As we embark on this path of self-discovery, we not only improve our relationship with ourselves, but also enhance our interactions with others and the world around us. Each step on this journey brings us closer to the best version of ourselves. Remember, the journey to self-confidence is about understanding and embracing your true self, challenging limiting beliefs, and living authentically. By doing so, you unlock the door to a more confident and fulfilling life. Practice resilience. In the heart of Stoicism, a profound truth resonates: resilience is a skill honed, not a trait born. This philosophy extends beyond simple endurance. It's about actively converting trials into chances for personal evolution. Echoing Seneca's words, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters, that defines you." Stoicism emphasizes the importance of learning from failures. Each hurdle, each setback, is a veiled lesson waiting to be uncovered. Confronting challenges, the Stoic approach advises against yielding to despair. Instead, pose the question, what can I learn from this? This perspective shift transforms every failure into a milestone on the path to success. Building resilience through adversity is, in essence, practicing Stoic endurance. It's not about evading or fearing difficulties. It's about welcoming them. Each problem you surmount, every fear you confront, not only fortifies your character but also enriches your self-assurance. Resilience is more than just weathering storms. It's about learning to dance in the rain. Integrating resilience into your daily life can manifest in various ways. It might be as straightforward as completing a long-postponed task or as intricate as recovering from a personal tragedy. In every instance, the Stoic principle remains constant. It's not the situation that counts, but your reaction to it. Thus, when adversity strikes, face it with dignity, knowing each challenge is a distinct chance to fortify and expand yourself. The essence of Stoic resilience lies in turning adversity into strength, transforming barriers into pathways. Embrace resilience and watch as your self-confidence soars. Part of being resilient is acceptance, acknowledging that life won't always be smooth or just, but believing in our ability to triumph over challenges. This acceptance isn't about capitulating to circumstances. It's about recognizing them as part of life's fabric and understanding our capacity to confront them. To further illustrate the power of resilience, consider the story of Thomas Edison. His journey to invent the light bulb was fraught with failures, yet he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's attitude embodies Stoic resilience. Each failed attempt was not a defeat, but a step closer to success, a learning opportunity. His resilience transformed a series of setbacks into one of the greatest inventions of all time. Similarly, J.K. Rowling's path to success was not smooth. Before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, Rowling faced rejections from multiple publishers. Yet, she persisted, driven by belief in her story and her ability. Her resilience paid off not only in terms of literary success but also in inspiring millions worldwide. These stories echo the Stoic belief in resilience as a transformative force. They teach us that setbacks are not the end but rather the beginning of a learning journey. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we can view challenges as opportunities to grow, to strengthen our resolve, and to enhance our self-confidence. Next, we're diving deep into the realm of self-confidence, exploring how to cultivate it through the lens of Stoic philosophy. Picture this. You're on a journey, not just any journey, but one that's riddled with challenges and uncertainties. It's easy to feel insecure, to doubt your capabilities. But here's where Stoic resilience comes into play, a beacon of strength in the stormy seas of life. Stoicism teaches us to maintain a long-term perspective. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. Each step might be tough, but it's leading you to the summit. This perspective helps you see beyond the immediate struggles, recognizing them as stepping stones to greater growth and development. Now, let's talk about gratitude, a cornerstone of Stoic resilience. It's like having a tres est within you. By focusing on the gems you already possess, rather than what's missing, you maintain a positive attitude, even in the darkest times. This sense of gratitude transforms challenges into opportunities, each one a lesson waiting to be learned. Remember, he who has a why to live can bear almost any how, as Nietzsche famously said. This gratitude gives you a why, a purpose that makes the how of overcoming obstacles more bearable. Community and support are also vital. Surround yourself with people who uplift and understand you. They're like a safety net, catching you when you fall and reminding you that you're not alone. These relationships are not just a source of comfort. They're a reminder of the shared human experience, of the strength we find in unity. The practice of Stoic resilience is, at its core, a commitment to personal growth. It's about embracing every experience, good or bad, as a lesson. This mindset turns life into a classroom where each challenge is a quiz, each setback a lesson, preparing you for the final exam, life itself. As Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Each challenge is an opportunity to strengthen your mental muscles, to grow wiser, stronger, and more confident. In essence, Stoic resilience is not just about enduring life's storms, it's about learning to dance in the rain. It teaches us to embrace adversity, to see it not as a barrier but as a catalyst for personal growth, and a boost to our self-confidence. By practicing resilience, we don't just overcome challenges, we transform into individuals who are stronger, wiser, and more confident. It's about understanding that life's trials are not there to defeat us, but to teach us, to mold us into the best versions of ourselves. Let's consider a story from ancient Stoicism. Imagine a Stoic sage facing a seemingly insurmountable obstacle. Instead of succumbing to despair, he views this obstacle as a teacher. He asks himself, "What can this situation teach me?" This mindset shifts his perspective from one of victimhood to one of empowerment. He realizes that every challenge is an opportunity to practice virtues like patience, courage, and resilience. This is the essence of the Stoic approach to challenges, viewing them as opportunities to strengthen our character and enhance our self-confidence. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us the power of perception. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This powerful statement reminds us that our confidence doesn't come from external circumstances, but from how we choose to perceive and react to them. It's about realizing that our true power lies in our response to life's challenges, not in the challenges themselves. In conclusion, Stoic resilience is a multifaceted tool that empowers us to navigate life's complexities with confidence. It teaches us to maintain a long-term perspective, practice gratitude, seek support in community, and view every experience as a learning opportunity. By embracing these principles, we not only overcome life's challenges but also emerge from them as individuals who are more resilient, confident, and equipped to handle whatever life throws our way. Remember, in the words of Epictetus, another great Stoic philosopher, "It's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters." This is the heart of Stoic resilience, a mindset that transforms challenges into opportunities for growth and self-confidence. Accept what you cannot change. In our journey to build self-confidence, it's essential to grasp a fundamental concept, one that's deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy: the dichotomy of control. This principle, eloquently taught by Epictetus, a renowned Stoic thinker, is not about surrendering to fate, but rather about embracing the reality of our existence. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to us, but how we react to what happens that truly matters." This insight is a cornerstone in developing genuine, enduring self-confidence. Understanding and accepting what lies beyond our control is a brave act. Life is filled with elements we can't influence: the behavior of others, the past, and certain outcomes. When you acknowledge these boundaries, you liberate yourself. This liberation isn't about giving up. It's about redirecting your energy and focus towards areas where you can make a real impact: your personal actions, reactions, and decisions. But how does one cultivate this inner strength through acceptance? Begin by observing your everyday experiences. Notice moments of frustration and helplessness. In these moments, ask yourself, "Am I attempting to steer the unsteerable?" This self-reflection shifts your focus to areas within your control, fortifying your internal will. You grow more resilient, adaptable, and, crucially, more self-assured. True self-confidence blooms from this deep understanding and acceptance of what we can and cannot change. It's about recognizing the unchangeable, yet actively working on what is within our power to alter. This balance not only makes you stronger and more adaptable, but also fosters a sense of calm that epitomizes true self-confidence. Epictetus advises us to accept what we cannot change and to change what we can. This philosophy guides you through life with a sense of inner peace, diminishing the stress and anxiety that often come from craving control over everything. This newfound serenity is powerful. It sharpens your focus on your actions and your capacity for improvement, enhancing your ability to tackle challenging situations. As a Stoic philosopher might say, it's in embracing our limitations that we find our true strength. This acceptance doesn't weaken us, it empowers us, paving the way for a more confident, serene, and resilient self. He who fears death will never do anything worth of a man who is alive. This statement resonates deeply with the concept of embracing our insecurities and transforming them into stepping stones for self-assurance and inner strength. The process begins with acceptance, a concept often misunderstood as passivity. In reality, acceptance is a dynamic recognition of the limits of our control. It's about understanding that while certain aspects of life are beyond our reach, there lies a vast expanse of potential within our grasp. This realization is empowering, fostering a sense of autonomy. It teaches us that although the external world may be unpredictable, our reactions and attitudes are always within our control. Consider the metaphor of a sailor navigating the unpredictable seas. Just as the sailor cannot control the wind or the waves, we cannot control every aspect of our lives. However, the sailor can adjust the sails and steer the ship. Similarly, we can focus on our strengths and capabilities, steering our lives in a direction aligned with our values and aspirations. In practical terms, this might mean releasing the burdens of past grievances or the anxiety of future uncertainties. It's about acknowledging that while we cannot rewrite history or foresee the future, we have the power to shape our present. This approach leads to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. An integral part of this philosophy is self-compassion. Treating ourselves with kindness, particularly when things don't go as planned, is crucial in building self-confidence. Understanding that to err is human and that mistakes are part of our growth allows us to maintain a balanced perspective and advance with resilience. Ultimately, acceptance paves the way for living authentically. By relinquishing the struggle against the uncontrollable, we free up energy to invest in living by our values and pursuing our genuine passions. This path leads to a richer, more satisfying life, where self-confidence is a natural byproduct of living with integrity and purpose. In conclusion, the path to self-confidence is rooted in the wisdom of accepting what we cannot change and actively changing what we can. It's a journey that teaches us to concentrate on our actions and find solace in the understanding that while we cannot dictate every circumstance, we always have the sovereignty to choose our responses. This approach not only cultivates self-confidence, but also instills wisdom and tranquility, essential for a fulfilling and meaningful life. It's about connecting with the modern world, where challenges and uncertainties are ever present, and finding strength in our ability to navigate through them. In today's fast-paced, constantly evolving society, the principles of acceptance and self-compassion are more relevant than ever. The pressures and expectations placed upon men in this age group can be overwhelming, making the journey towards self-confidence a crucial aspect of their lives. By embracing these principles, they can find a sense of peace and purpose amidst the chaos of modern life. The journey towards self-confidence is not a solitary one. It involves learning from our experiences, both good and bad, and using them as a foundation for growth. It's about understanding that our worth is not defined by our successes or failures, but by the courage and integrity we demonstrate in facing life's challenges. This journey is about building a life that aligns with our deepest values and aspirations, a life where self-confidence is not just a goal, but a natural state of being. In essence, the path to self-confidence is a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. It's about finding the courage to face our insecurities and transform them into sources of strength. By embracing the wisdom of acceptance and the power of self-compassion, men in this age group can navigate the complexities of modern life with confidence and purpose. They can build a life that is not only successful, but also deeply satisfying and meaningful. Establish and respect your personal values. In our journey towards cultivating a robust sense of self-confidence, we must turn our gaze inward to the core of our being, our personal values. These values are not mere abstract concepts. They are the guiding stars of our life's journey. Imagine them as the unshakable pillars upon which the temple of your character is built. It's essential to not only recognize these values, but to live them, breathe them, and let them infuse every aspect of your life. This alignment of actions and values is the bedrock of genuine self-confidence. Consider the wise words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who profoundly stated, "It's not enough to talk about what is right. You must do it." This sentiment echoes the Stoic emphasis on integrity, a virtue they held in the highest regard. Integrity isn't just about being honest. It's about ensuring that your actions are a mirror reflection of your deepest beliefs and values. It's about walking your talk. Now, I invite you to embark on a journey of introspection. Ask yourself, what are the values that you hold dear? Is it honesty, loyalty, courage, or compassion? These aren't just words, they are the essence of who you are at your core. Once you've identified these values, make a commitment, a solemn vow to yourself, to live in harmony with them. This is not a one-time decision, but a continuous process, a path you choose to walk every day. Living with integrity is a challenging path, especially in a world that often encourages us to compromise our values for convenience or short-term gains. But remember, each time you choose to stand by your values, you're not just upholding a principle. You're building your self-confidence. You're sending a powerful message to yourself that your beliefs are not just idle words, but the very principles that guide your life. This journey of aligning your actions with your values is akin to a tree taking root. The deeper the roots, the more resilient the tree becomes. Similarly, the deeper your actions are rooted in your values, the stronger your self-confidence grows. It's a confidence that doesn't just shimmer on the surface. It's a profound sense of self-respect and self-assurance that emanates from the very core of your being. In the words of another great Stoic, Marcus Aurelius, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This is your call to action. It's time to embody the values you cherish. Let them be your guide, your North Star, in every decision you. Continuing our exploration of self-confidence through the lens of Stoicism, let's reflect on a quote from Marcus Aurelius. "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This powerful statement encapsulates the essence of living with integrity and aligning your actions with your values. It's a reminder that true self-confidence is not just about feeling good about yourself, but about being true to what is right and honest. Imagine your life as a canvas, and your values as the colors you choose to paint with. Each stroke, each decision and action you take is a brushstroke that contributes to the overall picture of your life. When your actions are congruent with your values, the picture is harmonious and beautiful. But when they are not, the picture becomes dissonant and chaotic. Living in accordance with your values is not a journey for the faint-hearted. It demands courage, especially when faced with choices that challenge your integrity. But remember, every time you choose to act in alignment with your values, you are not just upholding a moral code. You are building a fortress of self-confidence within yourself. This fortress becomes your sanctuary, a place of inner strength and serenity that no external circumstance can shake. As you walk this path, remember the words of Epictetus: "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." Let your life be a testament to your values. Let your actions speak louder than your words. This is not a journey of perfection, but of continuous growth and alignment. Each day presents a new opportunity to live your values more fully and build a deeper, more authentic sense of self-confidence. In conclusion, building self-confidence is not just about feeling good about yourself, but about being true to your deepest values and principles. It's about living a life of integrity, where your actions and words are in harmony with your beliefs. As you embark on this journey, let the wisdom of the Stoics guide you, reminding you that true self-confidence comes from living a life of virtue and integrity. In the quest to conquer insecurities and bolster self-confidence, it's paramount to recognize that our actions and beliefs are intertwined in a dance of self-discovery and integrity. Imagine yourself as a ship navigating the vast ocean of life. Your values are the compass guiding you through turbulent waters and serene seas alike. When you align your actions with these values, you're not just steering your ship with precision, but also painting a portrait of the person you aspire to be. Consider honesty, a virtue often lauded yet challenging to consistently uphold. To embrace honesty is to choose transparency in your conversations, even when a veil of deception seems easier. It's about standing in your truth unflinchingly amidst the tempest of life's complexities. Similarly, if compassion is a value you hold dear, let your actions reflect this through acts of kindness and empathy, especially when no one's watching. These are not grandiose gestures, but rather the quiet, everyday decisions that weave the fabric of your character. This journey of aligning actions with values is not a destination to be reached, but a path to be walked upon, tirelessly. It's akin to the Stoic philosophy, where the focus is not on the outcome but on the process itself. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This emphasizes the importance of being attentive and mindful in our interactions, a key aspect of living authentically. Inevitably, there will be moments where you falter, where your actions might not perfectly mirror your values. It's in these moments that true growth occurs. Recognizing and learning from these shortcomings is what forges the steel of your character. It's about building a self-confidence that's rooted not in external validation, but in the unshakable knowledge of who you are. Living in accordance with your values means being consistent in your actions, whether it's maintaining honesty in your interactions, fulfilling your commitments, or acting in ways that reflect what's important to you. This consistency is not just a source of inner peace. It also cements the trust others place in you. It's about being the same person in the dark as you are in the light, a beacon of integrity and authenticity. In today's fast-paced world, where external pressures and societal expectations often dictate our actions, choosing to live by your values is an act of rebellion. It's a declaration that you are the master of your fate, steering your ship with the compass of your deeply held beliefs. By doing so, you not only cultivate a self-confidence that's deeply rooted and unshakable, but you also become a lighthouse for others, inspiring them to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery and integrity. In conclusion, the path to boosting your self-confidence is not found in external accolades or achievements, but in the quiet alignment of your actions with your values. It's a journey that requires constant vigilance, a willingness to learn from your missteps, and the courage to remain true to yourself no matter the circumstances. This is the Stoic way, a path that leads not just to self-confidence, but to a life of authenticity and purpose. In the journey of life, one of the most empowering steps you can take is to live in harmony with your values. This alignment is not just about knowing what you stand for, but also about taking responsibility for your actions and their consequences. Imagine this as a compass guiding you through life's complexities. Your values are the true north, always showing you the right direction. When you make a mistake, and we all do, owning up to it and striving to correct it is a testament to your commitment to these values. It's like a gardener tending to their garden, constantly nurturing and pruning to encourage growth. This process of regular reflection, of looking inward and assessing your actions, is a powerful catalyst for personal development and continuous betterment. Let's delve deeper into this concept. Picture a scenario where you're faced with a tough decision, one that challenges your principles. In these moments, it's your core values that will light the path forward, helping you make choices that you can stand by with confidence. This is where the wisdom of the Stoics comes into play. Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This profound statement reminds us that our fears and insecurities often stem from our perceptions, not our actual circumstances. By aligning your actions with your values, you diminish these unfounded fears, bolstering your self-confidence. Now consider the impact of living by your values on those around you. It's like a ripple effect. Your commitment to authenticity and integrity inspires others, fostering a positive environment. This isn't just about self-improvement. It's about contributing to the world in a meaningful way. Your journey becomes a beacon of inspiration for others, showing that a life rooted in firm values is not only possible, but deeply rewarding. In conclusion, the essence of true, enduring self-confidence lies in the alignment with your personal values. It's a guiding star, providing direction and purpose in the vast sky of life. By living in accordance with these values, you don't just evolve into the best version of yourself, you also cast a light that can guide others. This commitment to your values lays the foundation for a life that is not only fulfilling and meaningful, but also radiates confidence and serenity. Remember, as the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Embrace this philosophy and watch as your self-confidence flourishes, rooted in the profound wisdom of Stoicism and the unwavering commitment to your values. As we conclude today's journey on overcoming insecurities and bolstering self-confidence, remember that the path of Stoicism is not just about understanding, but about action. Each lesson we've explored today offers a stepping stone towards a more resilient and confident self. I encourage you to not just ponder these lessons, but to actively integrate them into your daily life. Reflect on how these Stoic principles can transform your moments of doubt into opportunities for growth and self-empowerment. I'd love to hear how you plan to apply these lessons in your life. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights could be the beacon of inspiration for someone else in our Stoic community. Together, let's continue to grow and support each other on this enlightening path. Remember, your journey with Stoic in your life doesn't end here. Subscribe, like, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos. Together, let's embrace the wisdom of Stoicism and navigate the ebbs and flows of life with serenity and strength. Until next time, stay stoic and confident in your journey. Welcome to a transformative exploration. Today's video on Stoic in your life unveils 11 crucial elements you should silently remove from your life in 2024. Eliminate what doesn't help you evolve, as the Stoics wisely advised. We're not just presenting a list, we're embarking on a reflective journey together. Engage with us, share your insights on each point, and stay with us till the end for a rewarding experience. The upcoming moments offer you a unique opportunity for introspection and self-discovery. We're confident that the insights we're about to share will not only enlighten, but also significantly alter your life's trajectory. Let's dive in. Participation in gossip and the spread of negativity. Each word you utter is a seed sown in the fertile soil of your life and the lives around you. Words of encouragement, support, and positivity are akin to planting seeds of compassion and understanding, nurturing a garden where trust and respect flourish. On the contrary, indulging in gossip or negative discourse is like sowing seeds of discord and mistrust, which grow into weeds that choke the harmony and understanding in our relationships. Engaging in gossip might feel like a trivial or bonding activity, but it's essentially a destructive path that diminishes respect for others and ourselves. It blinds us to the positivity and goodness that surround us, fostering a mindset marred by cynicism and distrust. To embark on a more uplifting journey, it's crucial to be vigilant about the conversations we engage in. When discussions veer towards gossip or undue criticism, it's wise to steer the conversation towards a more constructive or positive direction, or to highlight the good in the person or situation being discussed. Empathy is a powerful tool in this endeavor. Before sharing information about someone, pause and reflect. Would you appreciate if the same was said about you? This introspection can transform our discourse, making it more respectful and uplifting. Moreover, nurturing a positive environment by surrounding yourself with individuals who value authenticity and positivity can foster a culture of mutual respect and support. The transformation begins with you. Opting out of negative talk and gossip not only safeguards your integrity, but also sets a precedent for others to follow. Embracing these principles paves the way for a mindset that is not only more positive and empathetic, but also resilient. It's a commitment to personal growth and fostering relationships that are deeply rooted in understanding and respect. In this narrative, consider the story of two farmers. One plants nourishing crops, while the other allows weeds to overrun his field. The first farmer's diligence and choice of seeds yield a bountiful harvest, reflecting the prosperity that comes from positive and constructive communication. The second farmer's neglect and poor choices lead to a barren field, mirroring the desolation that gossip and negativity bring to our lives. This allegory underscores the power of our choices and the impact of our words on the landscape of our lives and relationships. In conclusion, the lesson is clear. Cultivate your garden with care, choosing words that nurture rather than harm. By doing so, you not only enrich your own life, but also contribute to a more compassionate and understanding world. This is the essence of a Stoic journey. where every step taken and every word spoken is a reflection of inner wisdom and a commitment to living a life of virtue and integrity. Conscious use of social media. In our journey through life, akin to the Stoic path of serene acceptance and mindful living, we often overlook the subtle yet profound impact of our daily habits. Among these, the conscious use of social media stands out as a pivotal aspect in the modern era. Picture your life as an enthralling book, brimming with diverse chapters of experiences, lessons, and adventures. Now envision social media as a vast library, echoing with the countless narratives of others. This analogy, while intriguing, also harbors a hidden peril, the trap of constant comparison. As we peruse the polished, digital pages of others' lives, it's all too easy to juxtapose our own intricate chapters against the seemingly flawless highlight reels of others. This comparison, often steeped in unrealistic standards, can spiral into a vortex of dissatisfaction and envy. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once wisely stated, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." In the context of social media, this reminds us to observe and absorb mindfully, rather than passively consuming or comparing. To navigate this digital realm wisely, it's crucial to cultivate a disciplined approach to social media consumption. Consider setting specific times for engaging with these platforms, perhaps during a morning routine, a midday break, or as a wind-down ritual in the evening. This structured approach helps prevent social media from seeping into every crevice of your day and thoughts. Furthermore, introspection plays a key role. Each time you log in, ask yourself, is this for a purposeful engagement or mere idle scrolling? This self-inquiry distinguishes meaningful interaction from aimless consumption. It's also vital to stay attuned to the emotional cues that social media elicits. If you notice a dip in your mood or self-esteem post-usage, it might signal the need for a digital detox. Use this hiatus to rekindle joy in the tangible world, be it through immersing in a book, indulging in a hobby, or savoring the tranquility of nature. Such activities not only rejuvenate your spirit, but also reconnect you with the essence of your personal narrative. Embracing these practices shields your mental well-being and allows you to appreciate the uniqueness of your life story, sans the incessant urge to measure it against others. Remember, each life is a distinct tapestry, woven with threads of triumphs and trials, joys and challenges. It's this very tapestry that renders your story, and every story, profoundly invaluable and singular. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. This resonates deeply with our approach to social media, a tool that, when used with intention and mindfulness, can enrich rather than diminish the quality of our lives. Dealing with people who hurt you. Let's delve into the aspect of dealing with people who hurt us. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This quote resonates profoundly when we encounter individuals who cause us pain. Often our instinct is to confront, argue, or seek justification. However, Stoicism teaches us the virtue of restraint and the power of silence. When someone disrespects or hurts us, even if they were once considered a perfect friend, it's essential to step back and reflect. There's no need for explanations or confrontations. In these situations, maintaining calm and rationality is key. Focus on your own growth and well-being. It's not uncommon for such individuals to realize their mistake and seek your support in the future. In these moments, a simple no can be a powerful response. If you feel the need to explain your stance, do so, but remember, you are not obligated to assist someone who has broken your trust. Avoiding conflicts and fights is not a sign of weakness, but of profound self-respect and understanding of your boundaries. The best course of action is to quietly remove such individuals from your life. Time is a revealing factor and will eventually show the consequences of their actions. By focusing on self-care and letting the future unfold, You demonstrate respect for yourself and your boundaries. This approach allows you to move forward without the need to explain or justify your choices, embodying the Stoic principle of inner tranquility and strength. Incorporating this practice into your daily life, especially in our modern, fast-paced world, can be challenging yet rewarding. It's about understanding that our peace and growth are paramount, and that sometimes the best response is a dignified silence and a focus on self-improvement. This mindset not only benefits us but also sets a precedent for how we allow others to treat us, reinforcing our values and principles in a world that often forgets the power of quiet strength and resilience. Unnecessary goals. In our journey through life, we often set numerous goals aiming to achieve a myriad of aspirations. However, as we progress, it becomes evident that not all goals are essential to our true purpose. This realization is a crucial aspect of personal growth and aligns seamlessly with the principles of Stoicism, which emphasizes living in harmony with our inner essence. Consider the story of the ancient philosopher who, while traveling, carried only his essentials. He encountered various treasures along his path but chose to carry only what was necessary for his journey. This allegory teaches us the importance of discernment in choosing our goals. Like the philosopher, we must learn to identify and eliminate unnecessary goals that do not contribute to our core purpose. These goals, though they may seem attractive, are often distractions that lead us away from our true path. The process of eliminating these extraneous goals should be a quiet and introspective one. Stoicism teaches us the value of internal reflection and discretion. Broadcasting our plans or changes can not only distract us but also make us vulnerable to external influences that may sway us from our authentic path. Instead, we should silently reassess our goals, letting go of those that no longer serve our true purpose. This silent elimination is a powerful act of self-awareness and control. In doing so, we must be strategic and thoughtful. Gradual changes often yield more sustainable results than abrupt shifts. This approach mirrors the Stoic practice of constant but measured progress. As we lay our cards on the table of life, we must proceed with discretion, safeguarding our strategies and ensuring that our decisions are guided by authenticity. This aligns with the Stoic belief in living a life true to oneself, free from the unnecessary burdens of unaligned aspirations. Now consider the fable of the woodcutter who tried to cut down every tree in the forest. He soon realized that not all trees were worth his effort, and that focusing on specific trees aligned with his true goal was more fruitful. This story parallels our need to focus on goals that truly matter, discarding those that do not contribute to our ultimate purpose. In conclusion, as we navigate through the ebbs and flows of life, it is essential to continuously evaluate and refine our goals. By quietly eliminating those that are unnecessary, we make room for what truly matters. This process, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, not only simplifies our journey, but also ensures that each step we take is in harmony with our authentic selves. Let this be a lesson and an inspiration for us to improve our lives, focusing on goals that resonate with our true essence and discarding the rest with quiet resolve and strategic discretion. Letting go of unrealistic expectations, your existence as an odyssey across the boundless sea of time. Each expectation sets a sail, guiding your vessel towards the horizons of your aspirations. However, when these sails balloon into unrealistic proportions, they morph into gales that veer us into the tempest of disenchantment and discontent. These grandiose expectations are akin to mythical maps, alluring us with the mirage of treasures that, in reality, are mere illusions. They ensnare us in the relentless pursuit of perfection, be it in our persona, in others, or the myriad scenarios we encounter. Yet one must ponder, do these ideals stem from the core of our being, or are they the echoes of societal paradigms, cultural impositions, or the deceptive veneer of media portrayals? The odyssey of disentangling from these shackles commences with the lantern of self-awareness. It beckons a voyage inward, demanding honesty and introspection. Pose the inquiry. Do these expectations serve as wings to my spirit or shackles to my essence? Are they a true reflection of my innermost values and convictions? Subsequent to this revelation is the practice of acceptance, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Acceptance is not the white flag of surrender to fate, but the embrace of one's authentic self, the acknowledgement of one's current locus in life's voyage, and the serenity in recognizing the elements beyond one's dominion. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once articulated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This isn't an anthem of resignation, but a hymn of empowerment, urging one to cherish the journey's tapestry, replete with its imperfections and trials. Integral to this journey is the craft of setting goals that resonate not with the symphony of external validation, but with the quiet whispers of one's soul. These objectives should be the lighthouses guiding your path, realistic and attainable, ensuring that each stride, however minute, is a step towards self-fulfillment. It's about celebrating the mosaic of minor triumphs, recognizing that every fragment is a crucial piece of the grand puzzle. In relinquishing the burden of unrealistic expectations, one doesn't merely unshackle oneself from the chains of potential disillusionment, one also opens the floodgates to life's spontaneous marvels, those unscripted moments of joy and serendipity that no plan could foresee. It's about recalibrating the sails of ambition, not to the winds of perfection, but to the gentle breezes of authenticity and contentment. As we anchor this discourse, it's my hope that this reflection on the serves not just as a beacon of insight, but as a compass guiding you through life's undulating waves. May you navigate this odyssey with sails finely attuned to the winds of reality, cherishing the voyage in its entirety, with all its meandering paths and unforeseen revelations. For in the grand narrative of existence, it's the journey that sculpts the soul, not merely the destination. Relationships. Remember, in relationships, be it friendship or romance, there's a sacred boundary that must be respected. When a relationship ends, it's natural to feel the urge to share the intimate details, the reasons behind its demise, or vent about the conflicts that led to its conclusion. However, it's essential to understand that these intimate details belong solely to you and the other person involved. Broadcasting these details to others doesn't just breach this privacy. It often leads to gossip and unnecessary complications. When you feel the need to talk about a failed relationship, it might be a sign of unhealed wounds within you. The Stoic approach here is not to externalize these feelings, but to introspect. Have a conversation with yourself. Reflect on what happened, analyze your emotions, and understand your role in the relationship's dynamics. This introspection is a powerful tool for personal growth and healing. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote resonates deeply with our topic. It's about focusing on what you can control: your thoughts, your reactions, and your healing process. If there's a problematic relationship in your life, the Stoic way is to remove it quietly. There's no need to announce it to the world. This discretion is not about secrecy, it's about maintaining dignity, yours and the other person's. By dealing with these matters privately, you're not just preserving the sanctity of what once was, you're also allowing yourself the space and peace to heal. This process of internal healing is crucial. It's about accepting what has happened, learning from it, and moving forward with wisdom. In dealing with relationships, remember the Stoic principle of focusing on what's within your control. Your emotional well-being is your responsibility. Treat it with wisdom and discretion. Preserve the privacy and dignity of all parties involved. As Epictetus, another great Stoic philosopher, advised, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Apply this in your relationships. Listen more to your inner voice, understand your emotions, and speak less about the intimate details of your relationships to others. In conclusion, as you navigate through the complexities of relationships in 2024, embrace the Stoic philosophy. Keep the intimate details of your relationships private, focus on internal healing, and remember that your emotional well-being is in your hands. By doing so, you not only maintain the dignity of all involved, but also embark on a journey of profound personal growth and serenity. The way we handle our relationships. Your relationships, whether they're friendships or romantic bonds, as mirrors. These mirrors don't just reflect your image, they reveal the multifaceted aspects of your life, capturing the essence of experiences that mold your character. But as with any reflection, there's a boundary, a line that demarcates privacy and discretion. Imagine each relationship as a secret garden. In this garden, you cultivate a variety of emotions, dreams, and precious moments. It's a sacred space, deserving of utmost respect and care. When a relationship, be it a friendship or a romantic one, reaches its conclusion, it's natural to be engulfed in a whirlwind of emotions, pain, confusion, a deep yearning to make sense of it all. Yet, it's crucial to remember that the stories and secrets of this garden are exclusive to you and the person you shared it with. Choosing not to reveal the intimate details or the reasons behind a relationship's end is not just about preserving the dignity of both parties involved. It's about safeguarding your own heart. Disclosing these details can inadvertently open floodgates to misunderstandings, judgments, and perhaps most damaging, gossip. This doesn't facilitate healing. On the contrary, it can amplify the pain and trap you in a negative cycle. So how should one navigate the aftermath of a relationship's end in a healthy, stoic manner? First and foremost, allow yourself the time and space to heal. Embrace your emotions, but do so in a way that promotes introspection. If needed, don't hesitate to seek the guidance of a mental health professional, someone who can offer unbiased support and advice. Secondly, cultivate a practice of personal reflection. Rather than seeking solace or validation from external sources, turn your gaze inward. Reflect on the lessons this relationship has taught you and ponder how these lessons can contribute to your personal growth. Remember, every relationship, even those that don't last, is a repository of invaluable lessons. Lastly, maintaining discretion and privacy is not just a sign of maturity. It's a profound act of respect for the other person and for yourself. As you turn the page on this chapter of your life, do so with grace and dignity. Each experience, each relationship is a stepping stone, preparing you for what lies ahead. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. As we conclude this segment, let it be a beacon of light and perspective on how to gracefully and wisely navigate the conclusion of relationships, upholding the dignity and privacy that both you and the other person rightfully deserve. During periods of tension. In the midst of life's inevitable tensions, it's crucial to navigate these waters with a stoic calmness and a mindful approach. The fourth point to consider in our journey of self-improvement in 2024 is the art of managing our emotions during periods of stress. Stoicism teaches us not just to endure, but to transform our reactions into constructive actions. As Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When confronted with situations that test our patience, it's essential to maintain a composed demeanor. Raising your voice or displaying excessive frustration not only disrupts your inner peace but also affects those around you. Instead, channel these intense emotions into actions that are beneficial. This could mean using your frustration as a catalyst to work towards your goals or as an opportunity to train your body and mind to handle stress more effectively. It's about containing and reflecting on your emotions, then redirecting this energy into something that fortifies your character and resilience. However, this process requires caution and discretion. Losing control can inadvertently reveal your vulnerabilities and weaken your position. In moments of tension, strive to dissipate this energy discreetly. This might involve resolving issues calmly, fulfilling your responsibilities with diligence, and using reason as your guide. It's about not broadcasting your difficulties to the world, but rather dealing with them internally. Moreover, it's vital to appreciate what and who you have in your life. Cultivating gratitude during these times can shift your focus from what's going wrong to what's going right. This perspective change is powerful and can significantly alter how you perceive and react to stress. Seek ways to relieve emotional pressure quietly, whether through meditation, journaling, or engaging in activities that bring you joy and peace. This search for internal balance is a healthier approach to facing life's challenges. As we continue on this path of self-improvement, I encourage you to reflect on these words and how they resonate with your journey. If you found value in this discussion, I invite you to leave a comment sharing your thoughts or experiences. Your engagement is not just appreciated but also a sign of your commitment to personal growth. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content that bridges the wisdom of Stoicism with the complexities of modern life. Let's forge ahead together, embracing these principles and applying them to our daily lives. Avoid constantly comparing yourself to others. Imagine walking a path in a vast, diverse forest. Each tree you pass by is unique. Some are tall and sturdy, others are bending and twisting, yet all are beautiful in their own way. Similarly, each person, including you, has a distinct path, adorned with personal achievements and successes. These should be cherished, without the shadow of comparison. The Stoics teach us that our focus should be on our own journey, not on the paths others take. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." When we fall into the trap of comparing our lives to others, it's like walking through this forest but only focusing on the trees that seem taller or more robust than ours. This habit can erode our emotional well-being and obstruct our personal growth. It's akin to wearing blinders that only show us what we perceive as lacking in our lives, rather than the abundance of our own strengths and accomplishments. This constant comparison can lead to a decrease in self-esteem, as we measure our worth against an often unrealistic and unfair yardstick. Moreover, this habit of comparison distracts us from what truly matters in our own lives. It shifts our focus from our personal goals and desires to what we think we should have or achieve based on others' standards. This is a diversion from the Stoic principle of focusing on what is within our control, our own thoughts and actions. By engaging in comparison, we are essentially allowing external factors to dictate our happiness and self-worth, which is contrary to Stoic teachings. To embrace a Stoic way of life, it is essential to eliminate this habit of comparison. Instead, cultivate gratitude for your unique circumstances and celebrate your progress and growth. Remember, each person's journey is distinct, with its own set of strengths, challenges, and life paths. Comparing yourself to others is neither fair nor healthy. It's like comparing the different trees in the forest. Each has its own beauty and purpose. Focus instead on your own learning and personal development. This is where true growth happens. By directing your attention inward, you can discover your potential and work towards fulfilling it. This doesn't mean ignoring the world around you, but rather understanding that your journey is yours alone and it's the only one you should measure yourself against. In conclusion, as you move forward in 2024, let go of the habit of constantly comparing yourself to others. Embrace your unique path, celebrate your individual achievements, and focus on your personal growth. Remember, as Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Let's not add to our suffering by engaging in unnecessary comparisons. Instead, let's focus on living our best lives guided by the wisdom of Stoicism, the pursuit of external approval. In our journey through life, we often find ourselves entangled in the web of external validation. The desire for others' approval can be a heavy burden, one that distorts our true selves and hinders our authentic expression. Picture you're standing on a stage bathed in a harsh spotlight. Around you, a sea of faces, each one holding a different expectation of who you should be, how you should act, and what you should say. This scenario is a vivid representation of how overwhelming and restrictive it can be to live for others' approval. Now, imagine stepping off that stage into a tranquil, serene space where the only voice that matters is your own. This shift symbolizes the profound peace and freedom that come from honoring your inner voice over the clamor of external opinions. When we constantly seek approval from others, we lose touch with our true selves. It's akin to wearing an ill-fitting outfit solely to please those around us. Reflect on the moments in your life when you felt genuinely fulfilled. Chances are, these were times when you acted in harmony with your personal values and beliefs. Independent of external validation, this alignment with our inner truth is the cornerstone of authentic living. But how do we incorporate this philosophy into our everyday lives? It begins with small, yet significant steps. When faced with a decision, pause and ask yourself, is this choice reflective of my true desires, or am I swayed by the expectations of others? Learning to trust your intuition and acknowledge your personal needs is crucial. Another vital practice is building robust self-esteem. Cherish your unique qualities, celebrate your accomplishments, and view mistakes as opportunities for growth. Remember, the journey to self-acceptance is continuous, and each small triumph is significant. Moreover, nurture relationships that support and uplift your true self. Surround yourself with individuals who respect your individuality and encourage authentic expression. By liberating ourselves from the chains of external approval, we pave the way for a more genuine and fulfilling life journey. This path empowers us to be the main characters of our own stories, penned with the ink of authenticity and bravery. To illustrate this point, let's consider the story of Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor. Despite his immense power and status, Aurelius remained grounded in his Stoic principles, focusing on his own virtues and internal values rather than seeking the approval of others. His writings, particularly in Meditations, reflect a deep understanding of the importance of self-reliance and authenticity. Aurelius's life teaches us that true fulfillment comes from within, not from the fleeting and often fickle admiration of others. In conclusion, as we wrap up this segment, let it be an invitation for introspection and action. Reflect on how you can lead a more authentic life, one that is true to your essence and free from the shadows of seeking others' approval. Embrace the journey of self-discovery and let your inner voice guide you towards a life of authenticity and fulfillment. Remember, the approval you need the most is your own. The art of diplomacy over judgment. In the realm of Stoicism, the practice of refraining from passing judgment on others is not just a recommendation, but a cornerstone of harmonious living. This principle, deeply rooted in the philosophy of Stoicism, emphasizes the importance of controlling our perceptions and reactions, particularly when it comes to our opinions of others. The Stoic journey teaches us that when we choose to share negative judgments or harbor ill thoughts about someone, we are not only diminishing our own character but also poisoning the atmosphere around us. It's akin to carrying a cloud of negativity that darkens not just our own skies, but also those of the people we interact with. Consider the story of Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, who once said, "Well-being is realized by small steps, but is truly no small thing." This quote underscores the significance of each action we take, including our choice of words and thoughts about others. When we speak ill of someone, we might think it's just a small step, a minor comment or a fleeting thought, but in reality, it's a giant leap away from the path of Stoic wisdom. Instead of contributing to a meaningful dialogue or enriching the conversation, we end up spoiling the atmosphere with our negativity. But what if you genuinely find it challenging to like someone? Stoicism doesn't demand that we like everyone we meet. Instead, it teaches you the art of diplomacy, the ability to maintain a respectful distance or a tolerable coexistence. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, but rather managing them in a way that doesn't lead to conflict or discomfort for yourself and others. It's about finding a balance between your inner world and the external environment. In situations where there's a problem with someone, the Stoic approach would be to engage in dialogue and seek a consensus. This doesn't mean you have to change your opinion about the person, but it does mean discarding harmful judgments and approaching the situation with a mindset geared towards resolution and understanding. Remember, it's not about who's right or wrong, but about finding a middle ground where both parties can coexist peacefully. Acting diplomatically means showing yourself capable of adapting, changing and interacting with others, regardless of personal differences. It's about maintaining a respectful and empathetic posture in all your interactions. This approach not only contributes to a more harmonious environment, but also fosters healthier relationships. It's about being a beacon of tranquility and understanding in a world that's often quick to judge and slow to empathize. In conclusion, as we navigate through the ebbs and flows of life, let us remember the Stoic teaching of avoiding harsh judgments and embracing diplomacy. By doing so, we not only improve our own lives but also contribute to a more peaceful and understanding world. The lesson here is clear. Discard negative judgments, embrace the art of diplomacy, and strive for harmonious coexistence. This is the path to a serene mind and a resilient spirit, a journey where each step, no matter how small, leads to a significant transformation in our lives and the lives of those around us. As we navigate through the final point of our journey today, it's crucial to recognize the profound impact our words and actions have on the world around us. The path of a Stoic is not one of passive existence, but of mindful and deliberate living. By choosing to distance ourselves from gossip and negativity, we're not only fostering a healthier mental environment for ourselves, but also setting a standard of integrity and respect in our interactions. In this video, 11 things you should quietly eliminate from your life in 2024, we've explored various aspects of life that, when approached with a Stoic mindset, can lead to profound personal growth and inner peace. From dealing with hurtful relationships to managing our expectations and interactions, each point serves as a stepping stone towards a more serene and resilient existence. As we conclude this journey, I invite you to reflect on these teachings and consider how they can be woven into the fabric of your daily life. Remember, the path of Stoicism is not about suppression, but about understanding, managing, and transcending the ebbs and flows of life with grace and wisdom. If this video resonated with you and you're committed to cultivating a life of purpose and tranquility, I encourage you to engage with our community. Leave a comment sharing your thoughts or insights, and let's foster a space of mutual growth and support. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more content that bridges the timeless wisdom of Stoicism with the complexities of our modern world. Activate the notifications bell to ensure you don't miss any of our upcoming videos as we continue to explore the depths of Stoic philosophy together. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Until next time, embrace the Stoic flow, and may you navigate the waters of life with courage, wisdom, and serenity. Your silence after the disrespect is killing them. Stoicism. Silence is a source of great strength. Lao Tzu. Imagine the last time someone disrespected you, and you felt that burning urge to respond, to defend your honor, to show that you wouldn't be walked over. Now think about this. What if the true power lies not in reacting, but in staying silent? In today's video, your silence after the disrespect is killing them. We're diving into the profound strength found in restraint, and how silence can become a shield for your peace, your dignity, and your inner strength. Here at Stoic in Your Life, we explore the principles of Stoicism that teach us to rise above the noise and focus on what truly matters. Sometimes silence speaks louder than any words, sending a clear message to those who try to disrupt our peace. When we choose silence, we're not ignoring the disrespect. We're choosing to rise above it, showing that our worth doesn't depend on someone else's validation. As you watch, consider how you handle disrespect. Are there situations where you could benefit from choosing silence instead of engaging? How do you feel about maintaining composure and letting your actions speak for themselves? Are you ready? Let's begin. 1. Strength in silence. Strength in silence, your power lies in what you don't say. As Marcus Aurelius once said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The concept of finding strength in silence may seem counterintuitive in a world that encourages loud responses, constant engagement, and quick reactions. But Stoicism teaches us that true power often lies not in the words we say, but in the words we choose to hold back. Strength in silence is not a passive choice. It's an active stance that requires discipline, self-awareness, and a commitment to inner peace. When you're disrespected or provoked, silence allows you to rise above the situation, preserving your dignity and ensuring that your response, if you choose to give one, comes from a place of strength rather than weakness. Think of silence as a protective shield, a space where you gather your thoughts, emotions, and energy. In this silence, you control the narrative. When someone disrespects you, they often expect an immediate reaction, perhaps anger or retaliation, something they can latch onto to justify their behavior or provoke further. By remaining silent, however, you disrupt their expectations, refusing to hand over your power and demonstrating that your inner calm cannot be disturbed by others' actions or words. In today's world, where the urge to defend oneself on social media or in the workplace is constant, this concept might seem outdated, but it's incredibly relevant. Silence can be disarming. It sends a clear message that you value your peace more than the fleeting satisfaction of a verbal comeback. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, reminds us that it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This means that by choosing silence, you're deciding not to let others' disrespect affect your emotional state. You're showing strength by not allowing their actions to define your response or self-worth. Think of silence not as suppression, but as a purposeful pause, a moment to process, reflect, and ensure that your next move is intentional. This approach is not about avoiding conflict, but about controlling how you engage with it, ensuring that you act in alignment with your values rather than reacting impulsively. Holding back words when your pride feels wounded or when someone undermines your value is one of the hardest things to do, but it's also one of the most powerful. When we act on every slight, we're letting others dictate our behavior. But when we stand firm, refusing to engage in their provocations, we're showing them that their words or actions have no control over us. In modern life, strength in silence is an invaluable tool, especially in professional settings. If a colleague or supervisor undermines you, silence can be a way to stand firm without compromising your professionalism. By not immediately reacting, you show that you can handle disrespect with grace, making your presence even stronger. This does not mean you ignore injustice or avoid standing up for yourself. It means you're choosing the best time and place to assert yourself, maintaining control of the situation rather than letting it control you. Moreover, silence gives you the mental space to assess whether the situation truly warrants a response or if it's simply an attempt to provoke. Seneca once observed, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." When you crave validation through reaction, you become susceptible to others' opinions. But when you're self-assured, you understand that not every criticism or slight deserves your energy. You become more focused on what truly matters, your own growth, goals, and peace. In relationships, both personal and professional, mastering the art of silence can transform interactions. When tensions rise, responding with silence shows self-restraint and can prevent words said in anger that may damage relationships. This is especially relevant for men in their 30s to 60s, as this stage in life often involves balancing career challenges with personal responsibilities, all while navigating complex social dynamics. Silence, in these cases, is not passivity, but a demonstration of confidence and emotional control. It signals to others that you're grounded, that you respect yourself too much to be dragged into negativity, and that you're above the noise. As the poet Rumi said, "Silence is the language of God, all else is poor translation." This underscores that sometimes silence communicates more effectively than words, particularly when dealing with people who may not share your values or perspective. In Stoicism, the metaphor of the lion is often used to illustrate this principle. A lion does not waste energy worrying about the barking of small animals. It walks its path with confidence, undeterred by the distractions around it. When you adopt this mindset, you understand that not every battle is worth fighting. Your energy is valuable, and you should reserve it for endeavors that align with your purpose and long-term goals. Every time you choose silence, you are preserving your energy for what truly matters, for those pursuits that bring you closer to your ideal self. In contrast, reacting impulsively scatters your focus, pulling you away from the path you've set for yourself. Silence after disrespect isn't weakness or surrender. It's a form of mastery. It's about showing that you're above trivial conflicts and grounded in your values. The next time someone disrespects you, take a breath and remind yourself that silence can be more impactful than any comeback. It's not about letting them win, but about choosing to engage only when it aligns with your purpose and principles. This inner strength and resilience build your character over time, showing others that you are unshakable in the face of adversity. By practicing silence in these moments, you cultivate inner peace and respect from those who recognize the discipline it takes to remain composed. In our society, where quick responses and instant gratification are the norms, practicing silence might feel unusual, even uncomfortable. However, this practice aligns perfectly with the Stoic pursuit of a balanced life. It teaches us patience, humility, and focus. You don't need to react to every criticism, nor do you need to defend yourself at every turn. Remember, your silence doesn't mean agreement or acceptance. It's a choice to guard your peace, keep your focus, and retain control over your emotions. It's a powerful lesson in self-mastery that, once learned, can change the way you navigate challenges in life. So, the next time you face disrespect, resist the urge to react immediately. Hold on to your silence, let it protect your peace, and show the world that your strength comes from within. 2. Wisdom and restraint. When it comes to responding to disrespect or insults, our natural instinct might be to react quickly, defend ourselves, and make sure everyone knows we won't be walked over. But have you ever considered that there's far greater strength in holding back, in choosing not to respond impulsively, and instead practicing restraint? As the ancient Stoic Epictetus wisely advised, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This idea, while centuries old, is as relevant today as it ever was. In our fast-paced modern lives, whether we're dealing with disrespect at work, hurtful comments online, or disagreements in personal relationships, the power of restraint can transform how we handle these situations and protect our peace. Think about a time when someone tried to provoke you or get a reaction out of you. Maybe it was a coworker undermining you in a meeting or a friend making a cutting comment. It's all too easy to respond emotionally, but in doing so, we hand over our power and let others control our emotions. By choosing restraint, however, we not only surprise the other person but also gain the upper hand by refusing to let their behavior dictate our response. This is the essence of wisdom in restraint, understanding that not every comment deserves your energy, and not every battle needs to be fought. This isn't about suppressing your emotions or avoiding conflict. It's about recognizing which interactions are worth your energy and which aren't. Consider this. When we react to every slight or insult, we're essentially allowing others to control our emotions, letting their words and actions dictate our inner state. But when we choose restraint, we're telling ourselves, and others, that we have the power to control our own emotions. This isn't easy, and it takes practice and discipline, but it's a skill that can elevate your interactions and relationships over time. Imagine a scenario in today's world. Perhaps you've worked hard on a project, only for someone to belittle your efforts or take credit for your ideas. The immediate impulse might be to confront them, to set the record straight in front of everyone. But ask yourself, what would you truly gain from that? Would the satisfaction of a brief confrontation be worth the loss of your inner peace? Instead, by exercising restraint, you can maintain your composure, assess the situation rationally, and decide on a response that aligns with your values and goals, rather than simply reacting in the heat of the moment. This approach helps you stay focused on what truly matters and protects your mental and emotional energy. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You always have the option of having no opinion." This doesn't mean you ignore what's happening around you or become passive, but rather that you choose not to allow others' actions to disturb your peace. Every time we choose restraint, we're making a powerful statement about our own self-worth, demonstrating that we don't need to prove ourselves to those who seek to bring us down. In a way, restraint can be a silent form of self-respect. It's an acknowledgement that you are in control of your own feelings and reactions. Today, this concept is crucial as we navigate the challenges of social media, where we're often exposed to negative comments or people trying to provoke us. How often do we see people getting drawn into arguments online, wasting their time and energy on people they may never meet? By practicing restraint in these moments, we protect our mental well-being and maintain our dignity. So, next time you feel provoked or disrespected, take a pause and ask yourself if responding would truly serve you. What would you gain from reacting, and would it align with the person you want to be? When we master the art of restraint, we learn to respond from a place of clarity rather than reacting from a place of anger or frustration. This doesn't mean we ignore situations that require action or fail to set boundaries when necessary, but it does mean we're discerning about where we place our focus and energy. By choosing not to react, we shift our perspective and take control of the narrative. We recognize that ultimately, the only power others have over us is the power we give them through our reactions. In every situation, remember that you hold the reins, and sometimes the greatest wisdom is in the restraint you choose. So, in moments of challenge, let restraint guide you. By doing so, you build resilience, preserve your peace, and show others the strength that lies in true Stoic self-mastery. 3. Self-control and dignity. Have you ever found yourself on the brink of losing your temper, your emotions threatening to take over because someone disrespected you or pushed your buttons? In those moments, it's easy to react impulsively, but have you considered the profound power in exercising self-control and maintaining your dignity instead? As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." By choosing self-control, you assert true freedom over your emotions, refusing to let external circumstances dictate your inner state. When you hold on to your dignity, you not only preserve your self-respect, but also command respect from others. Think about it. Who holds more power, the person who reacts to every provocation, or the one who remains composed and unshaken? In today's fast-paced world, where reactions are instant and often unfiltered, embracing self-control sets you apart, showing that you are governed by thoughtful intention rather than fleeting emotions. Consider a modern scenario. You're at work, and a colleague undermines you in front of others. The immediate urge might be to snap back, to defend yourself aggressively. But what if instead you took a deep breath and responded with grace, or perhaps chose not to engage at all? By doing so, you not only diffuse potential conflict, but also demonstrate leadership and emotional intelligence. As Mahatma Gandhi wisely noted, "Nobody can hurt me without my permission." This perspective empowers you to decide how external actions affect you internally. Have you ever noticed how reacting in anger often leaves you feeling worse, while maintaining control brings a sense of peace and strength? By practicing self-control, you're not suppressing your emotions, but rather managing them in a way that aligns with your values and long-term goals. Self-control and dignity are intimately connected. Dignity arises from a deep understanding of your own worth, independent of others' opinions or actions. When you carry yourself with dignity, you signal to the world that you respect yourself and expect the same from others. This doesn't mean you allow people to mistreat you. Instead, you address issues calmly and assertively without compromising your integrity. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By focusing on controlling your responses rather than external factors, you cultivate inner strength and resilience. So, how can you develop greater self-control in your daily life? Start by becoming more aware of your triggers and practicing mindfulness. When emotions surge, pause and ask yourself, Is this reaction going to serve me well? What outcome do I truly desire? Engaging with open-ended questions like these shifts your mindset from reactive to reflective. It allows you to consider the bigger picture and choose actions that uphold your dignity. For instance, if someone cuts you off in traffic instead of reacting with anger, you might consider that they could be rushing to an emergency. This reframing not only prevents unnecessary stress, but also reinforces your control over your own emotions. Moreover, by not allowing external situations to disrupt your peace, you set a powerful example for others. Imagine the impact if more people chose self-control over impulsive reactions. Our interactions would be more respectful, and conflicts could be minimized. Stories of individuals who exemplify self-control and dignity can be inspiring. Take, for example, a renowned athlete who, despite facing harsh criticism and personal attacks, chooses to focus on their performance rather than engaging with detractors. Their success becomes the ultimate response, highlighting that dignity and self-control can speak louder than words. Have you ever admired someone for their composure under pressure? Chances are, their ability to remain dignified made a lasting impression on you. This demonstrates how these qualities not only benefit you personally, but also positively influence those around you. In relationships, both personal and professional, self-control fosters trust and respect. When others know that you won't fly off the handle at the slightest provocation, they feel more comfortable communicating openly with you. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings. It's about expressing them constructively. As the philosopher Lao Tzu said, "He who conquers others is strong. He who conquers himself is mighty." By mastering your own emotions, you become mightier in character and influence. So the next time you find yourself in a challenging situation, I encourage you to take a moment before reacting. Ask yourself, what response aligns with my values and the person I strive to be? Remember that every reaction is a choice, and by choosing self-control and dignity, you empower yourself. You might be surprised at how this approach not only diffuses tension, but also earns you greater respect from others. After all, true strength isn't measured by how loudly we react, but by how calmly we manage our responses. Embracing self-control and dignity is a transformative practice that enhances your life on multiple levels. It allows you to navigate difficulties with grace, build stronger relationships, and maintain inner peace. It's about being proactive rather than reactive, intentional rather than impulsive. So, will you choose to harness the power of self-control and uphold your dignity in the face of life's challenges? The decision is yours, and the benefits are profound. As you move forward, keep in mind the words of Viktor Frankl. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Your growth and freedom await in the choices you make every day. Choose wisely, and let your self-control and dignity lead the way. 4. Not every reaction is necessary. There's a wisdom that says, the only way to win with a toxic person is not to play. This line captures an essential truth about reacting to the slights and provocations that life inevitably throws at us. When someone disrespects us, it's natural to feel the urge to fire back, to stand our ground, to prove we're not to be messed with. But here's the thing. Many times, the strongest and wisest response is no response at all. As Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Your reaction is your power. Once you hand it over, you let others control you. When we realize that not every situation or comment deserves our energy, we gain the freedom to decide which battles truly serve us and which ones will only drain us. In today's world, from social media debates to workplace drama, this concept is more relevant than ever. Think about how often you've seen people get into endless arguments online or engage in conflicts that bring no resolution. Those battles rarely lead anywhere productive. They only leave people feeling more frustrated and emotionally exhausted. So how can you decide when to respond and when to let things go? One powerful way is to ask yourself, will this reaction bring me closer to my goals? Or is it just a momentary satisfaction that will leave me feeling drained afterward? A famous saying by Marcus Aurelius, "You always have the option of having no opinion," reminds us that we can choose silence. We don't have to engage in every conflict or comment on every issue. Instead, we can conserve our energy, reserving it for the situations and relationships that genuinely matter. It's about valuing your peace and maintaining control over your emotions, rather than being a puppet to the provocations of others. This approach isn't about being passive or ignoring genuine issues that need addressing. It's about recognizing that some people's words and actions say more about them than they do about you. Think about a time when someone tried to provoke you, perhaps at work or in a social setting. Maybe a colleague made a snide comment, or a friend brought up a touchy subject just to get a reaction. Often, they're looking to get under your skin, to see you lose your cool. But when you don't give them that satisfaction, you're the one who comes out stronger. This is not about winning, but about protecting your inner peace. When you choose not to react, you send a clear message that your emotions are not available for manipulation. Nelson Mandela once said, "Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies." Letting go of the need to react to everything frees you from that poison and keeps you focused on what truly matters in your life. This approach is especially relevant in the digital age, where everyone has an opinion and disagreements can easily spiral into negativity. Have you noticed how easy it is to get sucked into arguments on social media? People often feel emboldened behind a screen, saying things they wouldn't in person, hoping to get a reaction. But if you engage, you're giving away your time and energy to a situation that likely won't change anyone's mind or resolve anything. Instead, by choosing to scroll past, you're practicing self-respect and emotional discipline. It's not about avoiding issues or failing to stand up for yourself. It's about choosing the right moment and platform to do so. In most cases, choosing silence or walking away leaves a far more powerful impact than any argument ever could. It tells people that you have priorities, and petty squabbles aren't among them. In relationships, too, this lesson applies. There are times when loved ones, friends, or even partners might say something hurtful or unfair. Reacting emotionally can escalate a situation that might have been resolved on its own. By pausing, taking a breath, and considering whether a reaction is necessary, you give the relationship room to heal without unnecessary conflict. This doesn't mean you ignore hurtful behavior. It means you respond thoughtfully when needed and avoid adding fuel to the fire when silence can be more effective. Lao Tzu said, "He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still." Mastering the art of selective reaction is an act of self-mastery, showing that your sense of peace and respect for yourself outweigh the need to constantly defend your pride. Ultimately, learning that not every reaction is necessary is a way of protecting your energy, saving it for the things and people that truly matter to you. It's a form of emotional budgeting, spending your energy wisely instead of exhausting yourself over things that will seem trivial in the grand scheme of life. Consider this. Will that hurtful comment, that social media argument, or that minor misunderstanding matter a month, a year, or 5 years from now? Often the answer is no, and realizing this helps us to step back and focus on what really deserves our attention. Remember, silence can be a statement. It can show that you're above the negativity, that your focus is on a bigger picture, and that you value your peace too much to let anyone disrupt it. As you navigate through life, ask yourself, does this reaction serve my growth, my peace, and my purpose? If the answer is no, let it pass. Learning to pause before reacting doesn't make you weak. It makes you wise. It allows you to keep your dignity intact, showing that you don't need to fight every battle to prove your worth. This mindset is empowering, freeing you from the need to constantly defend or explain yourself. It's a reminder that you are in control of your responses, and in many cases the strongest reaction is no reaction at all. Choose your battles wisely, preserve your energy, and remember that often, the most powerful statement you can make is simply to remain silent. This quiet strength speaks volumes, earning you the respect of others and, most importantly, respect for yourself. In the words of Seneca, "He who is brave is free." By bravely choosing silence and restraint, you liberate yourself from the trivial conflicts that distract from your journey, focusing instead on what truly brings you fulfillment and peace. Thank you for joining us in today's video. Before we move forward, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude for having you as part of our community. It truly is a pleasure to share this journey with each of you. If you'd like, please feel free to share your story or personal impressions with us. And if you're not sure what to say, simply comment, "I am a newbie" if you're just starting out with us, or "I am Stoic" if you've been with us for a while. Your engagement not only signifies your presence, but also motivates us to keep creating meaningful content. All right, let's keep moving forward on this journey together, shall we? 5. Understanding others' actions. When someone disrespects or belittles us, our instinct might be to take their words or actions personally, to assume their behavior is a reflection of something about us. But have you ever stopped to think that the way people treat others often says more about them than it does about us? As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize?" This quote reminds us that people's actions are usually influenced by their own inner struggles, insecurities, and perspectives, not necessarily by who we are or what we've done. Think about the last time someone acted harshly or unfairly towards you. Was it truly because of something you did, or was it more about something they were going through? We all face challenges, fears, and frustrations, and sometimes people unintentionally project those feelings onto others. Recognizing this is key to understanding others' actions and not taking everything personally. In today's fast-paced world, we're often quick to judge and respond, especially when someone's behavior hurts us or catches us off guard. Yet, understanding others' actions means looking deeper, seeing beyond the immediate words or actions to the possible reasons behind them. Maybe the person who cut you off in traffic was rushing to an emergency, or the coworker who snapped at you is dealing with personal stress. This doesn't excuse poor behavior, but it gives us perspective, helping us to stay grounded and maintain our peace. When we understand that others' actions are often reflections of their inner battles, it becomes easier to let go of anger and respond with empathy instead of frustration. How often do we misinterpret a friend's silence or a stranger's harsh words, only to later learn they were facing something difficult that had nothing to do with us? Consider a story from modern life. Imagine someone at work who always seems critical or dismissive. It's tempting to feel frustrated or resentful, assuming they're just difficult. But what if you later learn that this person is dealing with intense personal struggles, perhaps a family issue or health problem that weighs heavily on their mind? Suddenly their behavior takes on new meaning, and instead of reacting with anger, you might feel compassion. We never truly know what someone else is carrying, and this awareness can help us avoid taking their actions too personally. This doesn't mean you allow people to treat you poorly. It simply means that you approach situations with understanding. When you do, you're not only protecting your peace but also giving yourself a sense of control over how you respond. The wisdom of Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control others, we can control our response to them. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This insight encourages us to pause, observe, and listen before reacting. Instead of immediately getting defensive, ask yourself, what might be influencing their behavior? Maybe they're projecting their own fears or disappointments. When we view others' actions from this angle, we become less reactive and more understanding. Practicing this kind of awareness in daily life can shift how we view conflict and interaction, ultimately leading to healthier and more meaningful relationships. For instance, the next time a loved one is short-tempered with you, rather than snapping back, consider the challenges they might be facing. It's possible they're not intending to hurt you but are simply overwhelmed by their own stress. By choosing to understand, rather than react, you free yourself from the cycle of negativity that can arise from misinterpreted actions. This doesn't mean tolerating poor treatment. It's about choosing when to engage and when to let things go. The ability to look past surface actions and see underlying motives is a powerful tool in maintaining inner peace and showing maturity. In today's society, where opinions clash and misunderstandings are common, adopting this mindset can be transformative. It allows you to rise above petty conflicts, focusing instead on your own growth and emotional resilience. People may continue to act out of their own insecurities or frustrations, but by choosing not to take it personally, you remain grounded in who you are and what you stand for. So, how can we start putting this understanding into practice? Begin by reframing your perspective the next time someone's words or actions upset you. Ask yourself, is this really about me, or could it be about them? This simple shift can prevent countless unnecessary arguments and emotional stress. Understanding others' actions is a way of protecting your own energy and focusing it on what truly matters. Life is too short to spend it reacting to every criticism or harsh word that comes your way. By choosing understanding over offense, you not only strengthen your own resilience but also cultivate a sense of empathy for others. Everyone has a story that shapes their actions, and while we may never know every detail, recognizing that fact can help us let go of resentment. This doesn't mean that we excuse bad behavior. It simply means that we choose not to let it disrupt our peace. As you go about your day, remember the words of Seneca. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Keep your focus on your own purpose rather than getting caught up in the emotional storms stirred by others' actions. In doing so, you'll find a strength and calm that allows you to navigate through life's challenges with grace and resilience, ensuring that others' actions don't define your peace or self-worth. 6. Maintaining focus on your journey. Maintaining focus on your own journey is a powerful and often overlooked principle in Stoicism. So many of us find ourselves pulled into distractions, sidetracked by others' opinions, or caught up in conflicts that don't truly serve our growth. As Marcus Aurelius, one of Stoicism's great thinkers, once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This quote is a reminder that what we give our attention to shapes who we become. When you're constantly responding to the drama, judgments, or provocations around you, it's easy to lose sight of your own path. Think about it. How much time and energy have you spent on arguments that were ultimately unimportant, or worrying about others' opinions when they don't align with your own goals and values? Staying focused on your journey means prioritizing what matters most to you and letting go of the need to react to every external stimulus that comes your way. Imagine for a moment that life is a road, and you're on a journey toward a meaningful destination, a place where you find purpose, fulfillment, and peace. Along this road, there are countless distractions, people trying to provoke you, social media demanding your attention, and even your own doubts questioning your worth. How often do you let these distractions pull you off course? Maintaining focus requires mental discipline and a clear vision of where you want to go. As Epictetus wisely said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." This speaks to the resilience required to stick to your path even when others may not understand or support your choices. When you stay focused on your own goals, you may encounter criticism, people questioning your decisions, or temptations that could easily lead you astray. But with each step, you build strength, reminding yourself that true progress isn't about pleasing others, but staying true to what fulfills you. Consider how often people allow themselves to be sidetracked by unnecessary battles, debates, or opinions. We live in a world where everyone seems to have an opinion on everything, where we're constantly pushed to defend ourselves or prove our worth. But ask yourself, does engaging in these distractions bring you closer to your goals? Does reacting to others' opinions help you become the person you want to be? By choosing to focus on your own journey, you're not ignoring the world around you. Instead, you're deciding what deserves your time and what doesn't. In this way, you protect your peace and prioritize your energy toward things that truly matter. Imagine what it would be like if, Instead of letting others dictate your thoughts and actions, you channeled all that energy into developing your skills, achieving your personal goals, and nurturing your relationships. This is what Stoicism encourages: a life driven by purpose and unaffected by unnecessary noise. In modern life, this concept is more relevant than ever. Social media, for example, is filled with the opinions, achievements, and judgments of others, constantly inviting us to compare ourselves, to react, or to feel less than enough. But what if, instead of being pulled into the lives of others, you dedicated yourself fully to your own growth? Remember the words of Seneca: "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." When you constantly look outside yourself for validation or chase distractions, you end up feeling depleted. Instead, if you focus on what fulfills you, on what you can control and improve, you find a wealth that comes from within, a wealth of satisfaction, peace, and self-assurance that no one can take from you. Maintaining focus on your journey doesn't mean you become isolated or indifferent to others. Rather, it means you consciously decide where your energy goes. When you know what truly matters to you, it's easier to let go of small irritations, negative comments, or the pressure to conform. It allows you to rise above, choosing responses that align with your purpose instead of reacting impulsively. As you walk this path, you'll find that some people support you, while others may question or criticize you. This is normal, and it's crucial to remember that you are not here to fulfill anyone else's expectations but your own. Your journey is unique, and it doesn't need validation from anyone who doesn't understand it. Instead of seeking approval from others, seek approval from yourself. Ask yourself, are you living in a way that aligns with your values and long-term goals? Think of this focus as a shield that protects you from needless distractions. Every time you choose to stay focused, you're reinforcing that shield, building a barrier against anything that might pull you off track. This doesn't mean there won't be challenges or that you'll never feel tempted to engage with distractions. It means you have a clear priority, your journey, your growth, and everything else is secondary. Remember, as the poet Rumi once said, "Set your life on fire. Seek those who fan your flames." Surround yourself with people and environments that support your growth, and be mindful of those that drain you or pull you down. Focusing on your journey also means choosing relationships, habits, and environments that align with your purpose and let go of those that don't. So, what's one step you can take today to refocus on your journey? It could be as simple as limiting time spent on social media, setting clearer boundaries with people who don't support your goals, or dedicating more time to activities that bring you closer to where you want to be. It could mean creating a personal vision that keeps you centered, so when life's distractions try to pull you away, you have a strong reason to stay the course. Life is filled with moments where we can either step forward toward growth or let ourselves get pulled into distractions. Each time you choose focus over distraction, you're reinforcing your commitment to a life of meaning, peace, and fulfillment. Remember that every reaction, every response, and every choice either takes you closer to or further from the person you want to be. As you continue on your journey, hold on to these words from Marcus Aurelius. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Keep your thoughts directed toward your goals. Choose your battles wisely, and never lose sight of what truly matters. When you dedicate yourself fully to your own journey, not only do you find fulfillment, but you inspire others to find strength and purpose in theirs as well. 7. Clarity through silence. Silence is a true friend who never betrays, said Confucius, and his words remind us that the power of silence goes far beyond simply keeping quiet. It can reveal the clarity we need in life's most challenging moments. In our fast-paced world, where people seem to react instantly to every slight disagreement or irritation, the ability to pause, reflect, and choose silence is a rare and powerful skill. When someone disrespects us or provokes us, our instinct might be to respond right away, to defend ourselves, to make sure they know they've crossed a line. But Stoicism teaches us that silence can be a weapon, a way to retain our power and show our strength. As Marcus Aurelius said, "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your judgment about it." In choosing silence, we refuse to let someone else dictate our emotional state. We step back, breathe, and in that quiet space, we find a clarity that anger and quick reactions can never bring. Silence isn't about suppression or weakness. It's about seeing the truth of a situation without the fog of immediate emotion. Have you ever noticed that when you step away from a heated moment, clarity often follows? That's because silence gives us the room to think, to question our initial reactions, and to consider the impact of our words and actions. In silence, we give ourselves the opportunity to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Imagine a time when someone insulted you or challenged you publicly. The urge to respond, to retaliate, might have been strong, but by staying silent, you held on to your power. Silence has a way of diffusing tension, of unsettling those who seek a reaction from you, leaving them wondering what your silence means. In the process, you maintain control over the situation and, more importantly, over yourself. The ancient Stoics knew that silence could be a gateway to wisdom. As Epictetus advised, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This perspective encourages us to prioritize observation over impulsive speech, reminding us that clarity often comes when we allow ourselves to listen, to ourselves and to others. In today's world, silence is more relevant than ever, particularly in digital spaces where people argue and confront each other daily over small matters. Social media, with its relentless pace and demand for instant opinions, has conditioned many of us to believe we need to respond to every comment, every slight, every challenge. But what if, instead, we chose silence? What if we allowed ourselves to step back, reflect, and understand before rushing to respond? By doing so, we gain a profound advantage: clarity. We see what's truly worth our attention and what's not, and we make choices that align with our values and goals rather than succumbing to the need for validation. Imagine the strength you can develop by choosing silence in moments that would usually provoke you. Over time, you'll notice that this choice not only preserves your peace, but also strengthens your sense of self. When we refuse to react to every irritation, we're saying to the world, "I know my worth and I won't be swayed by trivialities." Choosing silence also builds respect. People come to understand that you don't respond to provocations and petty issues because you're grounded in something deeper. They see that your silence isn't a retreat but a stance of strength. A famous proverb says, "Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt." This doesn't imply that we suppress our thoughts or opinions, but rather that we choose our battles wisely. In professional settings, this can be especially powerful. Think about how often people get drawn into unnecessary conflicts at work, defending their pride or battling over trivial issues. By choosing silence, you avoid the noise, allowing your actions and integrity to speak louder than any words could. This quiet confidence can be a game changer in a world where many people feel the need to react to every slight. Silence can also be a tool for reflection. In the quiet moments, you have the chance to analyze your own emotions and understand why something has affected you. Rather than projecting anger or frustration onto others, silence gives you the opportunity to face your own triggers, to question why certain words or actions stir you so deeply. By doing this inner work, you're able to approach future challenges with greater resilience and calm. The next time someone disrespects you or tries to provoke you, try this. Instead of reacting, take a moment to go silent and ask yourself, why does this bother me? Often, in that moment of introspection, you'll find the root of your discomfort, which has more to do with your own insecurities than with the actions of others. This practice not only enhances self-awareness but also fosters a sense of emotional maturity. When you master this, you'll find yourself less affected by the judgments or opinions of others, more focused on your own path, and able to handle conflict with a calmness that sets you apart. In relationships, silence can serve as a bridge rather than a barrier. Sometimes, when tensions rise with loved ones or friends, Silence allows both sides to step back and gain perspective without escalating the situation. In those moments, choosing not to respond immediately can prevent misunderstandings and help you communicate more effectively. Silence gives you the chance to listen fully, to hear the other person's words without rushing to defend yourself. By creating this space, you build a foundation of mutual respect and understanding, one that values thoughtfulness over immediate reactions. As Seneca wisely noted, sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Choosing silence in tense moments requires courage too, the courage to face emotions without letting them control you. So, how can you start using silence as a tool for clarity in your own life? Begin by recognizing that not every comment or slight requires your energy. In moments of tension, breathe, pause, and remind yourself that silence often brings a wisdom that words can't. Next time you feel provoked or disrespected, try allowing a few moments of silence to settle your thoughts. In that space, ask yourself if responding will bring value or simply fuel the fire. Silence is not about avoiding confrontation, but about choosing when it's worth your time and when it's not. Think of silence as a boundary, one that protects your peace and reinforces your sense of self. Over time, this practice will cultivate a strong inner clarity, a calm center that can weather any storm, no matter what life or others throw your way. Remember that silence is not emptiness. It's a space filled with intention, with strength, and with peace. When you master the art of silence, you're not only preserving your dignity but also accessing a powerful tool for self-control and wisdom. As you go forward, carry with you the words of Rumi. The quieter you become, the more you are able to hear. By choosing silence in moments of tension, you open yourself up to a deeper understanding of both yourself and the world around you. Let this be your guide, a reminder that clarity and strength often come not from the loudness of our reactions, but from the quiet confidence we cultivate within. So, the next time life challenges you, consider the power of silence. Hold it, trust it, and watch as it brings you the clarity and peace you've been seeking. If you've made it this far, you're embracing the power of silence and self-control. Drop a comment saying, "I am grounded," to show your commitment to mastering Stoic resilience. Stick with us. There's much more wisdom ahead. 8. The power of perspective. Perspective has a remarkable ability to change how we handle life's challenges. When someone disrespects or offends us, our first reaction may be to feel hurt or to respond out of anger. But what if we chose to see things differently? Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This quote reminds us that our perspective shapes how we interpret every experience, and that we can choose a lens that either strengthens or weakens us. Imagine someone says something rude or dismissive to you in a work meeting. The initial reaction might be frustration, a need to defend yourself, or a desire to fire back. But if you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, you might realize that this person's behavior has more to do with their own insecurities or issues than with you. When you choose to see the situation from a broader perspective, suddenly, that comment loses its power to affect you deeply. You're no longer trapped by a need to react because you've reframed the situation, seeing it for what it really is, a small, passing moment that says more about the other person than about you. Perspective is not about ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It's about recognizing that we have control over how we interpret and react to the things that happen to us. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This idea gives you a choice. Do you view each challenging moment as a setback, or do you see it as an opportunity to grow? In the modern world, with constant social media feeds, work pressures, and everyday conflicts, the ability to maintain a balanced perspective is more crucial than ever. Too often we let the opinions of others or minor inconveniences throw us off course, forgetting that we have the power to see things differently. By embracing the power of perspective, you can look beyond immediate frustrations and stay focused on what really matters to you. Ask yourself, Does this issue truly deserve my attention? Will it matter in a week, a month, or even a year from now? This simple practice can help you save energy and stay focused on the bigger picture, rather than being weighed down by things that are, in the end, insignificant. There's a powerful story about a successful entrepreneur who was criticized heavily in his early days by people who doubted his abilities and questioned his vision. Instead of letting those words defeat him, he reframed his perspective and saw their criticism as a motivation to prove his own worth, not to others, but to himself. He used every negative comment as fuel to work harder and stay focused on his goals. Today, his story reminds us that it's not the obstacles themselves that define us, but how we choose to interpret and respond to them. By choosing a perspective that empowers you, rather than one that diminishes you, you turn every challenge into a stepping stone. What if, in moments of doubt, you could do the same? How often have you let the opinions of others shape how you see yourself, instead of holding fast to your own vision? Another example of the power of perspective is in relationships. When someone close to us acts in a way that feels hurtful or dismissive, it's easy to take it personally, assuming that their actions are a reflection of their feelings toward us. But if we step back and consider that their behavior might stem from stress, personal struggles, or even their own self-doubts, we can approach the situation with empathy rather than resentment. Shifting your perspective to see the humanity in others doesn't mean you tolerate poor treatment. It means you choose not to internalize every harsh word or cold reaction. This simple shift can make a world of difference in maintaining healthy relationships and inner peace. As Seneca wisely noted, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. By altering your perspective, you can prevent countless imagined troubles and focus instead on the realities that truly matter. In the professional world, perspective is equally valuable. Imagine being passed over for a promotion you worked hard for. It's natural to feel disappointed, even bitter. But what if you viewed this not as a rejection, but as an opportunity to improve, to strengthen your skills and prepare yourself even better for the next opportunity? This isn't about pretending to be unaffected, but about finding purpose, even in setbacks. Adopting this mindset can turn every so-called failure into a lesson, helping you build resilience and keep moving forward with confidence. When you embrace perspective, you become like a tree rooted deeply in the ground. Winds and storms may come, but your foundation is steady because you know who you are and what truly matters. The power of perspective also allows you to set boundaries on what you give your energy to. Not every comment, judgment, or event needs a reaction. Just as a hiker on a long journey must choose what to carry in their backpack to avoid being weighed down, we too must choose what's worth our mental and emotional weight. By selectively focusing on what enriches your journey rather than what hinders it, you reserve your energy for growth and purpose. Think about how different your day would feel if, instead of reacting to every minor inconvenience or criticism, you simply acknowledged it and moved forward, recognizing that not everything deserves a place in your mind. At its core, perspective is about freedom, the freedom to interpret life in a way that aligns with your goals, values, and happiness. In every situation, you have the choice to focus on what's constructive, empowering, and meaningful. The next time you feel frustrated, ask yourself, is there another way to see this? Often, a small change in how you view a situation can bring peace where there was once tension, clarity where there was once confusion. Holding on to this freedom doesn't just bring you closer to a fulfilling life. It allows you to create one on your terms. Remember, the perspective you choose is like a lens that shapes your entire experience. So choose one that strengthens you, uplifts you, and reminds you of your purpose. Let the words of Viktor Frankl guide you. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. By mastering the power of perspective, you unlock the ability to live life with resilience, meaning, and unwavering inner strength. 9. Long-term respect. Long-term respect is something that can't be earned overnight, and it doesn't come from loud declarations or constant defenses of who you are. Instead, real respect, the kind that lasts and deepens over time, comes from consistently showing character, integrity, and calm strength, even in the face of adversity. It's the kind of respect that's earned not because of what you say about yourself, but because of what others observe in your actions, especially in how you handle difficult moments. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." This quote speaks to the idea that true respect isn't about talking. It's about living with purpose and integrity. When people see that you're steady, that you don't react impulsively to every slight or disrespectful comment, they start to see a strength that's rare and compelling. They see someone who is secure in themselves, who doesn't need to prove their worth with words or aggressive reactions, but instead holds their ground with dignity. Think about the people you respect the most. Chances are, they're individuals who carry themselves with quiet confidence, who don't let others' opinions shake their self-assurance, and who treat others respectfully even when respect isn't given to them in return. In our modern world, where we're often told to stand up for ourselves at every turn, the idea of responding with restraint can feel foreign, even counterintuitive. But here's the truth. When you constantly react to every disrespect, you're essentially letting others control you. By choosing calm over chaos, you're not ignoring the situation. Instead, you're saying, "I am in control of myself, and I won't let anyone else dictate how I feel or act." This is the foundation of long-term respect, knowing when to speak up and when to remain silent. Silence can be a powerful response that tells people you don't need their validation, that you value your peace more than the temporary satisfaction of an argument. As Epictetus wisely pointed out, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When you choose to hold back, to let go of the need to defend yourself against every criticism, you're showing that your sense of self-worth is intact. This doesn't mean you allow others to walk all over you. It means you're choosing your battles wisely, saving your energy for things that truly matter, and letting the trivial go. Long-term respect is also built through consistency. Anyone can act composed and resilient once or twice, but it's in consistently handling yourself with dignity that you create a legacy others can admire. Consider a workplace setting where gossip and conflict often arise. Imagine a colleague who, despite provocation, always chooses to focus on the job, to stay away from petty disputes, and to contribute constructively. Over time, others come to see this person as a leader, not because of their title, but because of their character. They've earned respect by showing that they don't need to get tangled up in negativity, that they're above the small battles, and they're focused on the bigger picture. Long-term respect is like that. It's the result of continually showing up as the best version of yourself, of being consistent in your values and your actions, regardless of what others around you do or say. It's knowing that your legacy is shaped by your choices, and that each choice to stay calm, to choose peace, to focus on your path, builds a foundation of respect that can't be shaken. In relationships, too, this kind of respect is invaluable. When someone knows they can rely on you not to lose control, not to react harshly, but to respond with thoughtfulness, they learn to trust you deeply. Trust and respect go hand in hand. One builds the other. When you're consistent, when you're patient, when you show that you won't be swayed by every minor inconvenience or conflict, you're setting a standard that those around you can depend on. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, taught that a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Long-term respect is earned through how we handle these inevitable trials, not by how loudly we respond, but by how steadily we walk through them. Your silence, your patience, your ability to hold on to your values even when others disrespect them, these are the actions that earn true respect over time. So how can you start building this long-term respect in your own life? Start by practicing patience, by learning when it's necessary to speak and when it's wiser to hold back. Ask yourself, does this situation really deserve my energy? Will reacting here build anything meaningful? By pausing before reacting, you're showing others and yourself that your peace is more important than any fleeting victory in an argument. This mindset shift can have a profound impact, making you a person who's seen as grounded, wise, and respectable. Over time, as you consistently choose this approach, people will see you not just as someone who avoids conflict, but as someone with genuine strength. This is the power of long-term respect. It's not given, and it can't be taken away by others. It's something you build within yourself, and because of that, it stays with you. Remember, true respect isn't earned by winning arguments or proving points. It's earned by showing that your principles guide you, that you're a person of character, someone who chooses calm over chaos, purpose over pettiness, and integrity over impulse. 10. Actions over words. There's a powerful truth in the idea that actions speak louder than words. In a world full of constant chatter, promises, and proclamations, it's easy for people to say one thing and do another. But those who act with integrity, whose actions consistently align with their words, stand out in a way that words alone never could. This principle, one deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, teaches us that our character is shown by what we do, not by what we claim. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." This idea speaks directly to the importance of living out our values and letting our actions demonstrate who we truly are. When people see that you don't need to justify or explain your worth, that your actions naturally reveal it, they begin to respect you on a deeper level. True respect, the kind that lasts, isn't built on promises or declarations. It's built on consistent, meaningful action. Think about the people you respect most. Are they people who constantly talk about their accomplishments, or are they those who quietly achieve, showing their strength through what they do rather than what they say? In our modern world where social media can make it tempting to broadcast every success or defend every decision, staying focused on actions instead of words requires discipline. But when you choose to act rather than speak, you set yourself apart, earning a reputation for being reliable and grounded. When others see that you don't need to engage in every argument or respond to every slight, that you're too focused on your own journey to be pulled into trivial disputes, they begin to see the strength of your character. They recognize that your silence is not weakness, but a powerful statement of self-assurance. And the truth is, those who rely on words alone to prove themselves often end up needing to talk louder and longer, while those who let their actions do the talking have no need to convince anyone. In any field or relationship, actions are what build trust and respect. Take, for example, a workplace setting where a team leader might speak passionately about goals and teamwork, but if they don't back up those words with actual support and guidance, the team's respect quickly fades. On the other hand, a leader who works alongside their team, who follows through on commitments and supports others consistently, earns respect without needing to demand it. As Lao Tzu wisely put it, a leader is best when people barely know he exists. When his work is done, his aim fulfilled, they will say, "We did it ourselves." This is the essence of leading by action, of being a person whose presence is felt through their deeds rather than through a need to control or prove. When you prioritize actions over words, you empower others to see the strength in subtlety, to value substance over appearance. In personal relationships, too, actions form the foundation of trust. We've all heard promises that were later broken or words spoken in the heat of a moment that were never followed by real change. For meaningful, lasting relationships, whether with friends, family, or partners, consistent actions are what sustain trust and respect. When people know that you don't make empty promises, that you are someone who follows through on your commitments, they trust you more deeply. Relationships thrive not because of grand statements, but because of everyday actions that show care, consistency, and integrity. If you've ever been let down by someone's broken promises, you know the value of this lesson. It's not about saying you'll always be there for someone. It's about actually being there time and again. Seneca observed, "It is not what we endure, but how we endure, that makes us strong." Enduring with action, rather than words, is what builds true strength and depth in relationships. The emphasis on actions over words also applies to how we handle adversity. It's easy to talk about resilience, courage, and perseverance, but the real test of character comes when we're faced with challenges that demand those qualities. When things get difficult, do you complain and look for excuses, or do you dig in and find a way to move forward? Those who face hardships with quiet resilience, who continue to push forward even when no one is watching, are the ones who truly embody strength. They don't need to announce their struggles or victories because their journey speaks for itself. This is the essence of Stoic strength, not needing applause for your efforts, not seeking validation for your perseverance, but knowing that your actions align with your principles and values. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. This powerful statement reminds us that it's not the label or the title that matters, but how we live each day and how we handle both our successes and setbacks. In today's society, where appearances and public perceptions often seem to matter most, choosing actions over words is a powerful act of self-respect and wisdom. It's a reminder that our worth is not in what we say we will do, but in what we actually accomplish. There's a certain confidence and peace that comes with knowing that you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. When you let your actions speak for you, you free yourself from the constant need to explain, justify, or defend who you are. Instead, you're able to focus on your journey, on becoming the best version of yourself, without being distracted by the need for external validation. This mindset not only brings personal peace, but also earns respect from those who value authenticity and integrity. So, how can you begin to prioritize actions over words in your own life? Start by making small commitments and following through on them. If you tell someone you'll do something, make it a priority to keep that promise. Over time, these small actions build a reputation for reliability and integrity. Reflect on areas of your life where you might rely too heavily on words, promises to start a new habit, declarations of intent, or even defenses against criticism, and ask yourself if you could replace those words with meaningful actions. Can you show rather than tell what you stand for? Can you demonstrate your values through what you do rather than what you say? In a world where many people talk, you have the power to stand out by focusing on consistent, steady actions that reflect your true self. Actions over words is not just a principle. It's a way of life that brings you closer to who you truly are. When you choose to act with integrity, to let your deeds reflect your values, you build a foundation of respect that can't be shaken. You don't need to convince others of your worth because it's evident in everything you do. Let this be a reminder that true strength is quiet, grounded, and unwavering. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say." Live in a way that reflects this truth. Let your actions speak so clearly that no words are needed, and in doing so, you'll build a legacy of respect, strength, and character that will last long after any words have faded. Thank you for watching. Remember, in the face of disrespect, silence isn't just a lack of words. It's a powerful choice that reflects inner strength, self-respect, and wisdom. By applying these principles, you're not only choosing peace over chaos, but also paving the way for personal growth and long-lasting respect. How can silence transform your daily life? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know how Stoicism helps you find strength in challenging moments. If you found this video meaningful, please like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming videos on living with purpose and resilience.